You're in Braves country.
Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are, Braves country. Hope you're having a great Thursday as we are getting ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. It's going to be the Phillies today. We're on the road, so we didn't bring we're not starting a lot of the starters. That's what I should say. They may come in for a couple of at-bats here and there, But as far as the starters today, you could make an argument both these guys are starters, though they're going to be platooning. Brian De La Cruz is actually leading off for us today, which is interesting, against the left-hander on the mound for Christopher Sanchez, who is expected to be a part of the Phillies rotation. And Eli White's batting second. So you're kind of looking at what you have right there. Arcia is batting third. Attaboy! First thing I thought of today when they shared their social media post, they put they put Arcia, holding a bat or whatever as they do their splash screen with the lineup, and I was like, man, they put Arcia on there as we're about to play the Phillies in Phillies spring training facility, and we'll never forget that whole back and forth between him and Harper. Harper is in the lineup today, so we'll see if there's any kind of animosity still hanging around. And we do have Chadwick Tromp in there. We have Jared Kelnick in there, which is interesting because they're going to put him up against a left-hander. And as far as starters goes, that's about it. I still think Chadwick Tromp has the inside track to most likely get the opening day roster, but Drake Baldwin will be the starter. One of the reasons now, because it's much different than it was before the whole Murphy injury, you got to look at it this way. If you look at just the logistics of the fact that neither Trump nor Sandy Leon are have been phenomenal batters over their career, not only is he 5 years younger than Leon, but the other thing that really jumps out at you, because of Baldwin being a left-handed bat, you now have a lefty-righty matchup that you can put in. And when Murphy comes back, if they decide to kick loose of Trump, you would once again have a righty-lefty, because obviously Murphy is a right-hander. So that's another thing that's an underlying aspect of this that I don't think a lot of people have thought about, the fact that they could do a true platoon system there, depending on a tough left-hander, you could have Baldwin take a seat for the day and let Trump face him, and then obviously most pitchers are right-handed, so Drake Baldwin would get the lion's share. We've got the Braves and Phillies. What I've got on the screen there for you this weekend, this is the spring breakout games. If you're not familiar with them, good to see you, John and James and David. I see you already jumping in the chat. We're going to be doing a roll call here in a little bit, so if you haven't chimed in, please say hello, and heck, tell us where you're listening from. But the breakout games are games strictly for the top prospects in baseball. So you see the Braves game is 4 o'clock on Sunday. We're not doing that game. The main reason is I can't give you enough insight, enough in-depth insight about all these prospects are going to be on the Detroit side and the Atlanta side. I know my fair share of the Atlanta prospects, but I don't think I can give you as good of insight. So those games are going to be free on MLB TV this weekend, so I would suggest it on Sunday. That's the game. They're actually playing 2 games. There's going to be a doubleheader, but I don't expect a lot of players to play in the early game. It'll be kind of the scrubs, because most of them are going to take the day off because of the breakout game. So that's another reason why we're not doing the Sunday game. But I've also noticed over the years that the Sunday game, they usually give the guys the opportunity to take the day off, and that's when they'll go fishing or golf or whatever they want to do, because they know when the season hits, they're not going to get many Sundays off. So that's what you have up there. And so you see that the Braves are playing 4 o'clock on Sunday, and there's actually a doubleheader that day. Pretty cool that the Reds and Brewers are putting that on the night game. I'm a little surprised they didn't do a triple header like they have going on the Saturday contest. You got Twins, Blue Jays, Yankees, Baltimore, and Angels, Cubs. Tonight, if you're looking for some baseball, tonight Boston is going to be playing Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's got some really good young prospects, and that should be a fun one. Boston as well. And then tomorrow, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. But that Seattle-Cleveland one should be fun tomorrow night. So you got a full weekend of what they call the spring breakout, and basically what that is, it's the top prospects from both franchises. If you're just joining us, that's what you're going to be looking at, and it should be a fun weekend. I know I'm going to be locked in. I'm going to be watching my college basketball. Y'all know that I love the college hoops and I love watching the tournaments, but I'm going to be watching both of them. And the only thing I wish is that with the Braves one on Sunday, I wish they hadn't put it smack dab in the middle of Selection Sunday, but that's all right. The game should be winding down about the time that the selection show comes on. But that's what you have. So what do we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16 franchises will be in the spring breakout. I'm not 100% sure why they're not showing more. Those might just be the ones that are being televised on MLB Network. I think, from my understanding, they're all doing a spring breakout. I don't think certain franchises elected not to. So I believe that's just the ones that they're being shown. So what that tells you is that the Braves do have an interesting farm system, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be one of the games televised. Because I believe there's 2 or 3 games on Sunday in that time slot on 4 o'clock that are spring breakouts, but we're the ones that MLB Network is televising. Okay, so we're going to take a quick step away and get ready for pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves here on Braves Country.
Folks, join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. Why, we'll send you the play-by-play. And your seat right bang behind home plate. So, let's see what's going on the docket. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our fans here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
Round of beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is the Grapefruit League down in Florida. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing right field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Brian De La Cruz. He's batting .333 on the spring with 2 RBIs, 1 stolen base. Batting second, playing second, the Book of Eli. Eli White, he's 8 for 19 this spring. Wow! 1 home run and 1 RBI. Batting third, for some reason, and playing short, Orlando Arcia. 1 for 15 on the spring, batting .067. Garrett Cooper batting cleanup, 1 home run, 4 RBI, a .292 clip. Chadwick Tromp batting fifth behind home plate. He's got 1 RBI and a .214 average. Jared Kelenic, Kid Kelenic is batting .200 this spring, but he does have 2 home runs, both solo shots. Jake Marisnick is in center field and batting 7th. He's got a .200 batting average with 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. Luke Williams is batting 1 for 25. This may be the end for Luke. That 1 hit was a home run, 2 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, batting .040. And Capel is the designated hitter and batting 9th. 4 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .250. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves today, facing the Philadelphia Phillies, we have Pilar, who is in a relief role, so he's looked upon as an opener. Anderson Pilar this spring has a .386 ERA, 4 2/3 innings, and 10 strikeouts. He'll be going head-to-head with Christopher Sanchez. The southpaw is expected to be the 3rd or 4th starter in the Philadelphia rotation. Batting leadoff for the Philadelphia Phillies, Trey Turner. Playing shortstop with an .059 average this spring. Bryce Harper batting second, playing first. .381 on the spring and an .885 OPS. Alec Boehm is batting third and still has not touched home plate. He has a .320 average this spring and 1139 OPS. Kyle Schwarber batting cleanup, the designated hitter, batting .130 and a .330 OPS. JT Realmuto is behind home plate, batting .250 on the spring, while Kepler is in left field and batting .316 on the year. Bryson Stott batting 7th with a .333 clip, and in center field is Brandon Marsh, Captain Caveman. He's got a .190 average this spring, 608 OPS. Mercado is in right field, batting .188 and batting 9th. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate today is Mark Carlson. Wegner is your first base umpire, while James Hoy is manning second. And down the third base line, it's DJ Rayburn. 72 degrees and about a 5 or 6 mile an hour breeze blowing from left to right field, so should not be much of a factor in today's matchup. We're getting set for pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. grab you a cold one, find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves Country. I guess my pick to click today, I think I forgot to mention it, with the left-hander on the mound and figuring he's going to get at least 2 good at-bats, maybe even 3 against the left-hander. Give me Brian De La Cruz, the right fielder, leading off. I'd like to see him go yard, but at least give him a chance to click. I'm going Brian De La Cruz. I do like Garrett Cooper's chances. He did play years in the NL East, but I'll go with Brian De La Cruz. All right, here we go with roll call. Good to see you, John, James Hagan, David S., Red Rum, Robert, Gary the Real McCoy, and Ron Harrell. Good to see everybody. If you're wondering about the lines today, the over-under was 7.5. Philadelphia minus 180 on the money line. I think we've got a chance to go over that 7.5. I really do, just because I feel like the Phillies bats are going to be alive today against what is, I mean, let's be honest, we're putting our scrubs out there, right? And as far as the Braves are concerned, I think we're going to put some runs up. Christopher Sanchez is a guy who's either on it or he's off it. And so I do believe that we're going to get a decent chance of seeing a really good lineup today. Let me change my feed. They lied to us on MLB Network today. So let me go ahead and change my feed. If y'all saw the same thing I saw, they were showing that Braves and Phillies were going to be on MLB Network, but they're putting the Mets game on. So we have got it flipped over and we're just about set. There's a little bit of a delay. They should have started the game by now. Not sure what the actual sideline is on that, but they should have started the game already. It is a 105 first pitch, so we'll hang right here with you. And see, John says he's got Kelnick to click. Has a new hunting channel. I don't know what you're talking about, John. Is Kelnick trying to do like a hunting? Is he on a hunting channel? I guess that's my question. I really don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't doubt that that's what's going on, but I'm just curious, like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I can't imagine Luke's. I like Luke Williams, but he's probably not going to make the team. When you see a couple of things that jump out there at you, first of all, Eli White being able to go out there and play all over the infield, that's not going to help Luke Williams' chances of making the team. And then on top of that, we've got Nick Allen, who's scorching hot. He had a couple of other knocks yesterday, so I really think the odd man. If I'm guessing right now, assuming health for all, I think Eli White's going to make the opening day roster. I think Nick Allen is going to be our opening day middle infielder, who can also play third base, which kind of eliminates the need for Luke Williams. We'll just call Kelenic the starter, and De La Cruz will make the opening day roster as the platoon, and Chadwick Tromp the catcher. They could go Sandy De Leon. They could, shock everybody and pick someone like Casali, but I really don't see it. I think it's going to be Chadwick Tromp, kind of what I laid out in the pregame show of what's going on in that is the fact that you've got, honestly, we're going to go ahead and open up the Facebook feed here on Braves Country. But when you look at that and being able to go lefty, righty, I see what's going on now. The Phillies are having some kind of a pregame ceremony. So that's what I don't think it was all because of the national anthem. From what I'm understanding, what I'm reading right now is that they were giving someone some kind of a plaque or something, probably because they won a spring training game, so Philadelphia's got to celebrate that. I'm joking. I've been to Braves spring training games. I don't remember what it was, but they gave Cal Ripken Jr. some kind of an award there on the field. It was pretty cool because we were about, 10 rows back. That's the only time I've ever seen Cal Ripken Jr. And he was one of my boyhood heroes mainly because I guess I say boyhood, but I guess I was a little older than boyhood when he broke the barrier. But when he broke Lou Gehrig's streak, if you remember 1995, we were coming off that strike year, and a lot of people were still ticked off at baseball. And I felt like that was the one thing before the home run chase, which was 4 or 5 years later. I felt like that was the one thing that brought fans back to the TV and into the stadium because they wanted to see something as cool as I don't think there's a greater record in sport because it just shows that you go out there day after day, game after game, whether you're feeling well or not, and you go to the field. So I was really pulling for him to do it and watching that ceremony, and I was really starting to. It was at that point baseball had already become my favorite sport. It was surpassing football. When I was a young kid, I was a big football fan, and I liked baseball. But then by that time, so we're talking about early 20s, I was all in on baseball. We're just about set, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way from the left-hander is inside for a strike. Lefty-righty matchup to Brian De La Cruz. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Phillies in their classic home uniforms. Pitch misses off the plate. 1-1. White tops, white pants, red pinstripes, red socks, red ball cap with the white P. The 1-1. Swing! That ball's hammered high, deep down the right field line. Bending. Will it stay in play? It will. Caught just before it would have been a foul ball. Maybe missed a foul by maybe 2 feet. One away. Atlanta Braves are wearing their spring training unis that they've been wearing the last few years with the dark blue. Atlanta across the chest in red. Tomahawk below Atlanta in red. Outlined in white. Red numerals on the back outlined in white, and the names on the back in white on the Navy uniforms. First pitch on the way to the Book of Eli is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves will have their blue batting helmets with the white A, but in the field they'll have the red spring training hats. Is the 1-0 swing and a miss off the plate. 1-1. Red hats with the blue bill and the navy blue A outlined in white. The 1-1. Swing. That ball's rifled into right field. And that's going to get down where the green grass grows. That click will clack for y'all. Eli White with a one-out double as we get things going here in Braves country. Good piece of hitting by Eli White as he rattled it down in between right field and center field. We've got runner in scoring position with one away. Lando Arcia, the batter, takes the first pitch inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Sanchez looks back to the runner, swing. Ball's hit on to the right side. Over to Bryson, stop. That'll move the runner to third, but there are 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. 0-0 your score if you're just joining us. Braves 0, Phillies 0. First time we've seen the Phillies this spring. And if I could be wrong, let me double check. I believe, yes, we played them one other time. It's the first day of March Madness, so if a tree falls in the woods and doesn't make a sound if nobody's watching. First pitch on the way, swing, and fouls it back from Garrett Cooper. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty righty. Cooper digs in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Over the top. 0-2. Cooper with the black bat in the wood handle, wearing the white gloves. He'll step out of the box for the second and do his best Nomar Garcia power impression. Stands back in after using his one timeout. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. Just got a piece of that one. He was out in front, but was able to get a piece of it. He might have cracked his bat. He's going to go to the bat boy and grab a new one. Phillies, by the way, I thought they were wearing the traditional hats, but they're actually wearing a spring training version where it's got the Liberty Bell in blue on the red cap. So that's a pretty cool look for the Philly fans. The 0-2. Here's the pitch. Down and away. Trying to get him to chase. 1-2. Have y'all seen this new pitch that a lot of the guys are throwing? I have not seen it much in Braves camp, but there's a new pitch that everybody's referring to as the kick change or the death pitch, but the death pitch is just, the realistically just really is the 1-2's foul back. That's a stretch. It's like trying too hard to find a cool name. But the kick change, if you hear that this year, it has the movement of a screwball, but it's really a hard circle change is what it is. The 1-2. Out and away, 2-2. It's funny, I saw a video and it was being introduced by a guy that used to play Major League Baseball. Played for a handful of years, never had a great batting average or anything. Is the 2-2 pitch, swung on, chopped over to third, just foul. Bohm lets it go foul. Probably a wise decision. That was going to be a tough play if he tried to charge it. So White will head back to third, 2 outs. But anyways, as he's describing, he's like mesmerized by it, like he's never seen it. I'm like, that's just a circle change with more velocity. And then I pulled up his numbers, like, it makes a lot of sense why he never didn't hit very well, because he couldn't recognize pitches. The 2-2. I wish I could remember his name. He's MLB Network every once in a while. The 2-2, down below the knees, ball 3. Anyways, this isn't a crack on him because he always seems like a nice guy, but when I saw it, I was like, that's why you weren't a very good hitter. This game, I guess, is using ABS. and they tried to challenge that, is what they're saying. I believe is what they're letting us know. So he lost the challenge. Whoever, it's either JT or Sanchez. 3-2, down and in, ball 4. So we'll have runners on the corners and 2 outs. So that's a new wrinkle. We have not had a game where it's been almost 2 weeks. That was the only game we saw with the ABS system. Evidently, the Phillies are being proactive because it's up to the home team on whether or not they want to use it. Now, in the Braves' defense, we haven't had accessibility because when they just do the MLB video games, they don't have the ABS system. First pitch on the way to Tromp is a slider out there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Chadwick Tromp really looks like he came into spring training in pretty good shape. You know, he's looked a little lumpy a couple of years when he's come up, but he looks like he's pretty fit this year. The 0-1, swing and a miss over the top, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. We are 2 weeks from opening day, Robert. 2 weeks from today, 4:10 first pitch. It'll be the Braves versus the Padres right here on Braves Country. We're doing the series preview at 12 p.m. Eastern this year, and we will have that as well on opening day. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, nasty change on the outer edge, and that'll end the inning. Braves put a couple on, but can't get them across. We'll go to the bump with Pilar when we return.
You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now, hear about getting the out of the fast lane on the interstate when you're going 5 miles under the speed limit and there's no one in front of you before I lose my Move!
What did you say?
I want a new car.
Spell way.
W-A-Y?
You forgot the F.
There's no F in way.
You're right.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. The Pirates won a game while getting no hit because of 3 walks and a fielder's choice. It's the first time since 2008 that a team has won without recording a hit. In the late 90s, higher-ups for the Red Sox wanted to replace Fenway Park with a sports megaplex. The new Fenway Park would have been next to the New England Patriots Stadium, but an agreement failed to be reached. Nick Markakis used to hold the record for most consecutive games without committing an error, but Robbie Grossman of the Detroit Tigers played his 401st game in a row without an error, setting the new record.
So I was traveling for the holidays, and when I got to TSA, they said to take your jacket and shoes off. And I misunderstood the assignment, and I started stripping down all the way to my drawers. And I asked the security officer, is this enough? And he said, ma'am, put your clothes back on right now.
I met Johnny a long time ago. He always brings up Okie.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
He takes a lot of pride in being from Oklahoma and being from a small town.
Our teachers always had us write at the beginning, I think, of every year what we planned to do when we grew up. And he was from the beginning. He was a Major League Baseball player. And we were like, oh, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
So in the 8th grade, I was only 5'2", the same size hands, same size head, same size feet. I mean, I was the ugly duckling. I mean, the only people scouting me at that time was Barnum and Bailey.
He was all hands and all feet when he was little. That's what we always talked about.
Here I was, and I grew 9 inches the next year, 2 years, and the junior year, they asked again, and I said, I want to be a Major League Baseball player, and they didn't laugh so much.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Trey Turner is inside for a strike. Anderson Pilar. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, rattles it back, foul, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Trey Turner batting .059 on the year. Batted .295 last season. He'll be followed by Bryce Harper, who had a .285 clip. The 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing. Lifted that high and deep down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone. It just snuck over the left field pole, and a solo shot That was a hanging slider, and he did not miss. Here to start the first inning for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's 1-0 Philly. Hanging slider, and he rammed it. I did not think he was going to be able to keep that ball fair, and I don't think the wind did much of a play in it. Like I said, it's only supposed to be about 5 to 7 miles an hour, but it was fair by, I don't know, 5 feet, just over the left field wall, excuse me. First pitch on the way to Harper, right there for a strike. It's 0-1. And looks like Harper's already challenging. And he won the challenge, so it's 1-0. The 1-0, off the plate wide, 2-0. 2-0 count. If you're counting at home, Phillies have challenged 2 pitches already. One on defense, one on offense, and they're 1-1. The 2-0, swing and a miss. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Trump digs in on the inner cut, the pitch, in the dirt, 3-1. That one almost got his shoe. You're looking at March Madness scores. We'll keep you updated. I've got a screen that's showing me the scores off to the side. St. Bonaventure leads Duquesne with a minute left, 60-58. Is a 3-1. Fouled straight back, 3-2. Duke has taken the lead on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech had the lead at the half. Duke now has a 5-point lead fairly early in the second half. Wichita State is on top of South Florida by 10 at halftime. The payoff pitch, swung on, chopped down the first baseline. We'll do it again. And Iowa State leads BYU 53-49 in the second. Or actually at halftime, excuse me. The payoff pitch, swing, slices it foul down the line. Philly 1, Braves 0. If you're just joining us, the solo shot by Trey Turner to start the bottom of the first inning. The payoff pitch, down and in, ball 4. So Bryce Harper works himself aboard. On what was a 9-pitch at bat. The Atlanta Braves looking for their first defensive out of the game. Here's first pitch to Bohm. Is slapped towards right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to get up over the wall, onto the wall. They'll have runners on second and third. Nobody out. If that's a regular season game, they may send Harper. But if this is a regular season game, we better not have all these guys on the field that we do today. That pitch was up high, got way too much of the plate. He just slapped it into the right field corner. One nothing your score, second and third, nobody out, bottom of the first. Pilar comes set. First pitch. Frisbee slider on the outer edge for a strike to Schwarber. It's 0-1. I understand not wanting to use your starters on a road day, but the one thing I will say to this is the 0-1, down and in 1-1. Offensively, the Phillies have struggled this spring, except for a few guys. I don't know if I want to give them batting practice and give them any kind of momentum at any point in the season. First pitch on the way is a 1-1 pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. I know that's nitpicking, but I would like to go out and try to beat the Phillies when we play them in spring training. The other games don't really care because we don't play the Mets. The 1-2, outside wide 2-2. Two count. Here's the pitch from Phila. Outside wide 3-2. And I don't know what happened in the Duke game, but I see a shot, maybe somebody knows. Looked like Cooper Flagg was being wheelchaired into the locker room. Payoff pitch. Chop foul will do it again. I believe it was Cooper Flagg, and if it was, man, that is a devastating blow. Probably the best team in basketball by far is the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him with the fastball. Up top and off the edge. One away. Hopefully that's all it is, John. I hate to see these kids get hurt before the tournament because you want to see a fun tournament. So 1-0 your score, 1 out. Runners on second and third. First pitch on the way. Is this ball just off the plate? Real Muto. They said he held up. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Slider misses 2-0. It's been very heavy with the slider, and I have not seen a prediction on how many innings Pilar is going to pitch, but I can't imagine he's going to go much further in this inning. He's at 23 pitches. 2-0, misses inside, 3-0. So a 3-0 count. Pilar's only gotten the 1 out and given up the home run. Guess they wanted to see how he could fare against the starters of the Phillies. As the 3-0's right down the pipe for a strike, 3-1. The 3-1. Swing. Cranks it high and deep. That ball's going to go at least off the wall. It does go off the wall, and it takes a weird hop. And running, trying to make the play. My word, Marisnik is chasing it towards right field. He'll finally corral it, but not before the Phillies clear the bases, and it is a 1-out triple for the Phillies catcher. That ball took a weird hop. And Jake Marisnik had to chase it down. Wasn't getting very good backup, but I'm not going to really get all over De La Cruz on that because it took such a weird, strange kick. It rolled away, and I don't think De La Cruz could have gotten there any faster. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike. Max Kepler, it's 0-1. Infield is in. Braves trail 3-0. The 0-1 down and in. Did it get him? It bounced. I guess it did not. 1-1. Max Kepler is hitting .316 in the spring. He batted .253 last year with 8 home runs and 42 RBIs and 368 at bats. The lifetime .237 hitter with 161 home runs. He's played with the Twins all up until this year. 2-1 down and in. At one point, he was looked upon as one of the best prospects for the Twins. He's never really in 2023 he did have a pretty good year, but other than that that was really just the outlier. 2-1 off the plate, 3-1. In 2023 he hit 24 home runs. A 260 average and 816 OPS. They're hoping for more of the same on that. They signed him on a cheap deal. I don't have it in front of me, but I believe it was like a 1 year, $8 million. It was about like the deal that they gave to Whit Merrifield last year before they ended up cutting him. So full count to Kepler, and he's expected to just platoon for the Phillies against right-handed pitching. 2-1 count. Trey Turner is homered, and Real Muto has hit a bases-clearing triple. The pitch hit hard over to the right-hand side, and it is going to go off the glove of Eli White. He's going to chase it, corral it, spin, and fire it to first. He'll get the runner by just a half step, but Real Muto will easily score on the play. It's 4-0 Bad Guys. Hard hit ball. Absolutely ate up Eli White. Great job of rebounding that and turning and firing a bullet to first. A good job by Cooper to grab it backhanded. They're going to go get Pilar out of the game as he is creeping up near the 30 pitch mark. We'll be back in a flash. Actually, he's past it. That was his 31st pitch. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. 2 outs here in the second.
When guys pee, do they hold it like a joint or like a cigarette?
Market analysis.
All right, we're already 2 minutes over, and we really need to wrap this up. So if you could send the action items and your notes as a follow-up to the team, that'd be great.
Well, okay. Well, no one. I mean, I didn't take any notes for this meeting. No.
That's
a shocker. Well, no.
What have you been doing this entire time then?
I would like to plead the fourth.
You want protections from unlawful search and seizure? That doesn't make any sense.
All right. Well, objection.
We're not in a courtroom, so...
Thank you. So case dismissed. I think we can move on.
No, case not dismissed. Did you write anything down at all?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, can we see what you have written? I'm your boss. I'd like to see what notes you took.
Okay, objection and incompetence. I mean, this is...
Well, it would have been a little bit better if I knew.
It would have been better if you listened.
When he makes these kind of comments, he really, truly does not know what he's talking about, in all honesty, and that's why he makes such asinine comments, because he truly doesn't know.
Always injured. I mean, damn, it's baseball. Maybe it's karma for him that he stayed with the Angels.
When I was in Philly, okay, when I was in the Philadelphia clubhouse, we had a traveling secretary, Frank the Tank. Well, I got this conversation with him about Stephen A. Smith one day. I said, well, how come he never comes in the clubhouse anymore? And he says to me, oh, no, we had to kick him out of the clubhouse. I said, oh, really? I said, y'all kicked him out of the clubhouse. I said, well, why did y'all kick him out of the clubhouse? And he proceeds to tell me that he was doing all kind of shady shit, like going through the manager's office, and when he wasn't in there, going through the training room, pulling out reports, and all kind of places he...
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Austin Smith, the right-hander. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 righty-lefty matchup is up top for a strike. 1-1. 1-1 count. Bryson Stott, the batter. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Ole Miss leads Arkansas by 11 in the first half. Duke leads Georgia Tech by 5. They're about halfway through the second. 1-2 count. Austin Smith, the right-hander, comes set. The pitch. Just misses. 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, chops it over towards second. Coming over, underhanded, making the play is Eli White, 4-3 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Phillies put 4 on the board. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
If history repeats itself, I want a dinosaur, bro.
Work is work. You don't show up late, you don't make excuses, and you don't not work. If it wasn't work, they wouldn't call it work. They'd call it super wonderful, crazy, fun time, or skippity-doo.
What do we do? This just got way too complicated.
I've got it. Here's what's going down. Corey, you talk to your team. You guys are going to decline that holding call.
Done.
Yo, wait, but
Hold on. Trayshawn, once we break this huddle, you're going to get out there, do some crazy celebration. I'm talking some humpies. Whatever you got to do, you do it.
Okay, I got you.
I'm going to call unsportsmanlike conduct on the celebration, giving the Whites better field position after the kickoff. Coach, I need you to talk to your team about letting them run that kickoff back.
Why would I do that?
Think about it. Defense, special teams, it's all one. You let them run that kickback, both your defenses get 6 points.
Nice.
Okay, everyone good here?
Yeah.
Nope. Once again, my kicker is getting no love. Oh, shut up, Bill. Your team is in first place. Plus, you're about to get extra point for the PAT.
Yeah, don't be greedy, Bill.
Stop being greedy, Bill.
Bill. Fine.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
I said fine.
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
You, Bill.
All right, let's do this. Get out there.
Wait a minute. Trayshawn comes in with a very delayed celebration here. Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure that's going to be yeah, there it is. Another
armchair.
I love these lazy Saturdays.
It's Wednesday.
When the University of Illinois played Northwestern, Illinois rooters fired blanks into the air. Much more convenient than yelling, the campus paper said, and has a better effect on the visiting team. And when the Princeton Tigers beat Yale, their fans roared right onto the field.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. Atlanta Braves, Philadelphia Phillies. First pitch on the way is a strike off the edge to, hold on, there's a time called. Jared Kelenic, the batter. I think that had nothing to do with the, looks like there was something coming from the dugout that home plate umpire called time for. 4-0 Philly, top of the second inning. The 0-1 to Kelenic. Down and away in the dirt. It's 1-1. Braves are 8-7 on the spring training year. The Phillies right now sit at 8-8. The 1-1 to Kelenic. Sanchez comes set, fires it, swing, chops it foul over towards the first base dugout where the Braves are residing today. Phillies use the third base dugout here in the spring training facility. The 1-2 from Sanchez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. Braves threatened in the first inning, had Eli White at second with 1 out, could only get him to third before the inning ended. Philly 4, Braves nothing. Still just in here in the second inning. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss by Marisnik, the right-handed bat, chasing the slider in the dirt. It's 0-1. The 0-1 off the plate wide, 1-1. Marisnik not likely to make the opening day roster. The veteran, it'll be interesting to see if he stays in the Braves system. The 1-1 chops it over to second. It's going to be an easy 4-3 put out, 2 down. That'll bring Luke Williams to the plate, and he is most definitely probably likely to be DFA'd. Unless there's an injury between now and opening day. First pitch on the way to Luke is down and in for a ball, it's 1-0. He's batting just .040 on the year. Remember, he's got very little pop. He's only got a couple of home runs in his career. He's really there for base running and a good glove. The 1-0. Chop foul down the third base line. 1-1. I'd say he'll land on his feet. Somebody can use Luke Williams on his bench. But the Braves have made a concerted effort to have a much more rounded bench this spring, and he's not likely to make it. Oregon leads Indiana 56-52, 7 minutes left in the Big Ten tournament game. 1-1. Down and in 2-1. Really glad this game that we're doing these day games because there's some good, damn good basketball scheduled for tonight. The 2-1 pitch. Slice foul. 98-mile-an-hour sinker out of play. Over on the first base side. Do it again, 2-2. The 2-2 to Sanchez. There's a changeup, a sinker, a slider. He'll mix in a cutter every once in a while just to keep you honest. The 2-2 pitch. Slice towards center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. But how about that? Cool hand Luke gets himself a single. You got to realize he's not just trying to make the Braves roster. He's trying to make any roster, trying to get some stats padded before the Braves head towards San Diego. Lefty-lefty matchup now as Capel, the designated hitter, digs in. First pitch off the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. If you're wondering why we have so many lefties in the lineup, it's because the Braves want to see if these guys can hit left-handed pitching. And they knew there was a lefty going today. So if this was a typical game and these were the players that you had available, you would have much more of a right-handed lineup versus a tough lefty like Sanchez. The 0-1 down and in 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires, swing, rips it over towards right field. A diving attempt, and that's going to get down where the green grass grows. Luke Williams has speed. They should be sending him. They do, and your Atlanta Braves have put one on the board. It's 4-1 with a 2-out triple by Capel. Diving attempt out there in right field by Mercado. He's batting 188 this spring. That may not help his chances to make the team. That was a pretty... He would have been much smarter to let that ball drop in front of him and keep the runners at... Probably runners on the corners if he doesn't try to make a diving attempt like that. First pitch on the way to De La Cruz is off the plate. But swung on and sliced foul out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty, kicks and fires. Right down the pipe, sinker. It's 97 miles an hour, 0-2. 0-2 count. De La Cruz flew out in the first inning. Looks like he is going to... I guess he tried to... De La Cruz tried to challenge that pitch. It was definitely a strike. The 0-2. Swung on, broken bat. Shatters near the pitcher's mound. It's going to be a 6-3 putout, and thankfully that bat didn't get anybody. That was shrapnel flying everywhere. We'll be back in a flash. Braves put one on the board. Bottom of the second we go here in Braves country.
All right, everybody, we gathered y'all here today to let everybody know that I got COVID! COVID!
Armchair.
Dad?
What?
Do you think you're a good person?
Yeah, I'm wonderful. Just ask me. I'll tell you.
Oh, Dad, I don't want one of your lines. Seriously answer.
I don't know. I try to be.
What does that mean? You try? I asked if you
That means
are or
I
aren't.
treat people the way I want to be treated, and my handshake still means something. Just for the record, there's a lot of good in you, too. You have the ability to be even better than me.
You think?
Yeah, and I'll give you a nickel's worth of free advice. At some point in your life, you're going to get to choose what sort of a man you want to be, and once you pick, you walk in that direction with deliberate steps. And don't look back. Don't let people change you once you've made the decision.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Ortiz into deep right field.
Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
At its heart lie mythic contradictions. A pastoral game born in crowded cities. An exhilarating democratic sport that tolerates cheating and has excluded as many as it has included. A profoundly conservative game that often manages to be years ahead of its time.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back. They are putting Pilar back out there. That's interesting. So I guess they're trying to stretch him out for possible starting position down on the farm. He's at 32 pitches now. The 0-1 to Marsh is in the dirt. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Brandon Marsh batting eighth. Mercado on deck. Trey Turner in the hole. Braves trail 4-1. Pilar just got slapped around there in the first inning. 1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2. Pilar recorded just 2 outs, gave up 4 runs, a walk and a strikeout. The 1-2. Up top misses, 2-2. Two count. Pilar comes set. His 36th of the afternoon. Right there. Caught! That can strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, 1 away. Marsh doesn't like it, but he's not challenging it either. I believe they still have one more challenge, unless I'm mistaken. They've challenged 2 and they've won 1, so I believe they still have a challenge. The Braves have challenged 1, and we were dead wrong about it. First pitch on the way is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. I feel like when this becomes a thing, because I believe the ABS system's coming next year, I think you have to have a conversation with your batters and pitchers, along with the catchers, about strategy on when and when not to use it. 0-1 down and away, 1-1. 1-1 count. I don't feel like with nobody on base is going to be the time to waste an ABS challenge. The 1-1 pops it up over the first base dugout. Cooper gave chase, but he ran out of room. 1-2. I do believe there are going to be times when, like back when Angel Hernandez was roaming home plate, where you're going to be challenging him left and right because the guy behind the plate is terrible. But if it's a close one, you can't be challenging a close one unless it is a scoring opportunity. The 1-2 slices it foul and out of play. Conversely, if you're a pitcher, I don't want you challenging a pitch on the difference early in the game of making it a 1-2 or a 2-1 count to begin, we'll just say, the third inning. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Was it JJ that was asking about the ties? The ties are acknowledged, but they're not put in the standings on MLB.com. So you'll hear them reference them. I believe the Braves have 3 ties, so they're technically 8-7-3 right now. Is the 2-2 just misses 3-2? We might even have a 4th tie, but I'm pretty sure we're at 2 ties. Excuse me, 3. Full count. Outside wide, ball 4. So Pilar loses that runner. They used to put them in the newspapers, if you remember, but they're not really acknowledged, if it makes sense. I know it's goofy to say, but they don't really pay attention to them. They do still count the statistics that are in those games. It's the first pitch on the way. The swing and a miss strike, it's 0-1. And I believe that when they started doing that, if memory serves correct, when they stopped having extra innings in spring training games. At that point, they just tossed them out the window. I mean, I don't really see the big deal either way, but I would prefer for them to put the ties in the column just so you're aware of it as a fan. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Guess they're saying this ain't hockey, buddy. You don't get half credit for kissing your sister. 1-1 count, runner on first. Trey Turner, who hit a solo shot his first time up. Waving the wand. Here's the pitch. The runner goes. Tromp throws it down there. Did he get him? Man, that was close. They're going to say he got in there on a head-first slide. It was a pretty decent throw by Tromp because it was an off-speed pitch that he was having to deal with. The throw was on the money. That is so bang-bang. I don't think you're going to get... Yeah, I guess he probably got in there. And you definitely don't have an angle that's going to overturn that. The 2-1 pitch is down and away, 3-1. It was a good slide by Mercado because he went to the outside part of the bag. So White had to kind of lean to try to tag him. The 3-1, swing and a miss, 3-2. Good slider off the plate. Pretty much all we've seen from Pilar today is it's just been the fastball slider mix. He's thrown a change here and there, but that's predominantly been it. The payoff pitch misses outside wide, ball 4. The Turner will head to first. Runners on first and second, 1 out. We'll have Bryce Harper coming to the plate. James says extra innings helps build stamina. They also help to build Tommy John surgery, so that's why they got rid of him. Where it looks like we're going to get another Brave right-hander warming up in the bullpen. First pitch on the way to Harper is chopped foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. I mentioned earlier that the over-under in this game was 7.5, and we're already at 5 here in the second inning. I did think this was going to be a fairly high-scoring game just because of the pitchers they have chalked to throw on both sides today. The 0-1 up top. Misses, 1-1. 1-1 count. Looks like that's Jonathan Hughes. He looks like a right-handed version of A.J. Minter. It threw me off for a second when I saw him trotting down towards the bullpen to warm up. He's got the mullet and the beard and everything. I was like, wait a minute, did we make a trade? And also, how did he get so healthy so quick? The 2-1. Chop foul, 2-2. Missed what Ian Anderson did yesterday. He had a pretty good game. He hasn't been dominant this spring, but he's kept guys off the base paths. And I think you're looking at, in all likelihood, he has secured that final spot. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and chopped towards left field. Dying Quail. Here comes the throw to the plate, and a head-first slide has Mercado, making it a 5-1 game. Good hustle by Mercado. He was digging all the way. It was actually a pretty good defensive play by Kelnick. He came in, such a lightly hit ball off the end of the bat, and he had to scoop and fire it all in one motion. He almost got the very fast Mercado heading to home. Brian Snitker's going to come out and grab Pilar once again. I mean, can we be done with this guy? The right-handed A.J. Minter is making his way to the mound when we come back.
Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
Ship my pants. Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding. You can ship your pants right here. You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed. If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it right now and ship it to you for free.
Armchair.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Yes, can I get an iced coffee, please? And hang on one second. Do you want anything?
Oh, no, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm good.
Are you sure? Because I'll get you anything.
Well, I guess if you're paying, you can just go ahead and just surprise me.
Yes, can I get the iced coffee and a job application for my deadbeat friend?
It is an American odyssey that links sons and daughters to fathers and grandfathers. And it reflects a host of age-old American tensions between workers and owners, scandal and reform, the individual and the collective.
Pull up a chair. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Jonathan Hughes, the right-hander, fires the first pitch off the plate for a ball to Alec Boehm. It's 1-0. Runners on first and second. One out. Jonathan Hughes. More on him in 1 second. 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. He's from Decatur, Georgia. Played his college ball for the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. He was drafted by the Orioles in 2015. The 2-0. Swung on, chopped back to the mound. Off the glove of Hughes. He'll corral it, flip it to first. Kind of a wide throw. Good play by Cooper to tag the runner. 2 down. Runners on first and second. Move to second and third. He even fields like A.J. Minter. He doesn't quite throw as fast as old A.J., but he's likely to find a good spot in the Atlanta farm system. Two on, two out. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. Schwarber out in front of that one. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. It's an 0-2 count. Last year, Hughes was in Mississippi with a 3.58 ERA. The year before in Rome with a 3.08 ERA. The 0-2 pitch Down and in, 1-2. It's a soft-throwing right-hander. 28 years old, 6'2", 196. The 1-2. You go around. They're going to check down the line and say he did not, that he held up. 2-2. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and ripped into right field, and that ball's gone. So if you took the over like I told you to, that ticket is cashed. It is 8-1 in a hurry, and Schwarber gets off the schneid. So what I talked about, what I was concerned with, is don't give them confidence going into the regular season. 8-1 your score. That was a line drive bullet over the fence. Man, it just got over that right field wall, but it left in a hurry. We don't have the stat track numbers that we have during the regular season, but my guess is that that exit velocity was every bit 105 miles an hour. The 0-1 to Real Muto is a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Kicks and fires, down and in, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Chops it over towards second. Eli's got it. Flips it to first, and that'll end the inning. Not for Philly, put a couple more on the board. It's 8-1. We'll grab the bats and try to make them sweat a little bit when we come back.
No, I mean, I read the HR memo. It said WFH optional between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So work-free holiday. I was just going to table it for...
No, Brian. WFH optional is work from home optional between Thanksgiving and Christmas, not work-free holiday. Who told you that? It's just crazy.
I mean, Kate did last week.
Hey, is this true?
And we lost Kate.
Okay, Matt, I think I'm going to need to get Bob involved on this one now.
Armchair.
I wanted to see where that was going. The steroids, if we would have left it alone,
Yeah.
dude, we would have had guys the size of McGuire playing second base by now. You know, it would have been awesome. And because they were so roided up, there would have been no defense anyway, so you wouldn't have to worry about these shifts. You know, they'd barely be able to move. It would have been awesome. They should have just left the game alone. But no, we got to worry about everybody's kidney failure and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's none of my business.
Here's the first pitch hit high and deep into center field. It's going back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ramalama ding dong. The Braves lead it 5-4. He takes Josh Hader deep. The Atlanta Braves lead it 5-4. The crowd is going bananas.
There's two types of people in this world. There's winners and there's losers. And just so that we're clear, every time we step on this field, our goal is to be a winner. And if your dad has said, oh, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, just as long as you have fun, your dad's a loser.
Welcome back. Sanchez is back out there on the mound. I don't get a chance always to read what y'all are saying during the inning, so I'll scroll through during the break, try to catch up. And I just kind of get the bullet points. I was like, wait a minute, what did I just see? The 0-1. Eli White is the first pitch is right there above the knees. Lefty-righty matchup, 0-1 pitch, swung on, hit hard over to short. Kind of ate up the shortstop over there for the Phillies. And it was a good reaction by Trey Turner. He had to backhand it just as it was starting to go towards his dome. 6-3 put out, one away. First pitch on the way. It's outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Duke leads Georgia Tech 74-68. Just a handful of seconds left in that one. The 1-0. Down and in. 2-0. Indiana trails the Ducks. 33 seconds left in that one. 72-59. 1-1 count. Swing, rips it over to third. Bohm has it. He'll laser it across the infield to Harper. 5-3 put out. 2 down. Wichita State, 9-point lead over South Florida midway through the second. And Ole Miss has a 8-point lead over Arkansas at halftime. I don't know if anybody's been watching the Big 12 tournament. There's some good matchups there. But it is brutal to watch because of their goofy floor, the way they've painted. It's kind of hard to explain unless you're seeing it. But what they've tried to do as the 0-1 pitch is off the plate to Cooper, it's 1-1. They were trying to take the Big 12 logo, the X and the II, and kind of intertwine it all throughout the court. Is the 1-1. Off the plate wide, 2-1. So the X and I are in white or an off-white, and then the background is like a gray. 2-1, swing, fouls it away. 2-2. And what you get is just this maze. It almost looks like one of those pictures. You remember the pictures back in the day, back in the 90s, where you were supposed to look at it but not really look at it, and that's how you saw the object? I forget what those paintings were called or pictures were called, but that's what it reminds me of, the 2-2. Down and in, full count. Remember there was a great Seinfeld episode about it where Elaine's boss was determined to see whatever he was supposed to see in the picture. Ended up costing them a big deal or something. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Garrett Cooper down on strikes, and Sanchez has given up just the 1 run. It's 8-1. We'll head to the bottom of the third here at Phillies Park.
Oh, yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the strike. Bird. I said, damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird, and Bird this, and Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. Hey, let me tell you something. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
Armchair.
Bad food and overpriced drink had been sold at ballparks since the 1850s, but it took one very ambitious British-born caterer to turn concessions into an empire. Harry M. Stevens had begun his career hawking scorecards in the 1880s, all the while regaling the crowds with quotes from Byron and Shakespeare. By 1901, he was peddling hard-boiled eggs, ham sandwiches, ice cream and slices of pie in stadiums from New York to Ohio. Then, one cold afternoon, when ice cream sales slowed at the Polo Grounds, He sent out for German sausages, which he put in long buns so fans could hold and eat them. He had made his greatest contribution to the game, introducing hot dogs to the ballpark.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back. Hughes is back there out there on the mound. First pitch strike to Kepler. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-lefty matchup. Off speed, off the edge. It's 1-1. Phillies lead at 8-1. The Braves kind of have basically their JV squad playing today, which is why RC is in the lineup. The 1-1 down and away. 2-1. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. This is wide of the mark. 3-1. So it looks like Duke held on to beat Georgia Tech. I didn't catch the final score. I'll see if I can pull it up in a second. The 3-1. Swatted foul down the right field line. Man, that ball was roasted. 3-2. I don't think Hughes is in danger of cracking into the majors anytime soon. The final on that Duke 78-70 over Georgia Tech. The 3-2. Outside wide. Ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And that'll bring Bryson Stott to the plate. Stott, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is inside fastball. Trying to get him off the plate a little bit. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Fastball misses high and out of the zone. 2-0. 2-0 count. We'll pull up the out-of-town scoreboard on the baseball end here in a minute. Get you up to date on the early games. The 2-0 misses. Ball 3, 3-0. Twins and Pirates 2-0 in the 5th. Yankees and Tigers 3-1 in the 5th. Cardinals tied with the Astros 1-1. Nats and Rays 4-3 in the 4th. 3-0. Right there for a strike, 3-1. Just grabbed the outside edge. Red Sox 2-0 over the Mets in the 5th inning. And the Astros 8-3 over the Marlins in the 3rd. The 3-1 swung on, popped it up high into center field, drifting back, making the catch is Marisnik in deep center field. He'll flip it into Arcia, 1 away. 1 down. Righty-lefty matchup as Captain Caveman Brandon Marsh comes to the plate. First pitch is misses for a ball. It's 1-0. I don't know if y'all saw the news, but I'll pull them up here in a second. As the 1-0 misses, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Phillips is warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. So that might be it for Sanchez. The 2-0, swing and a miss, 2-1. Thank you for the contribution, James. I'm trying to find the best version that I can find. They have pulled these already. It's the new era ball caps. The 2-1 pitch. Right there for a strike, 2-2. But these caps caused a lot of controversy. The 2-2 misses 3-2. Because what they did was they put the big name of the team in the background and then a logo over it. As the 3-2 pitch is fouled off. Trying to find the Houston one. That was the one that made me laugh the most. That and the Angels one. But they've started to pull them, so it's hard to find the image as much because now they're trying to get you to buy other things. No matter the team, they were god-awful, ugly hats. The payoff pitch, outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. I'm finding the Braves one that I'm having to crop right now, and I'll show it to you. But this isn't the one that made the controversial one. I'll find the controversial ones. First pitch on the way, righty-righty matchup. Is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Mercado, the batter, came around to score after a walk his first time up. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Misses up top. It looks like they want to challenge this. Trump wants to challenge it. It looks like it missed. Yeah, it didn't look like one you would want to. I think he's trying to challenge in his head of what would be framed, but that ABS system is literally set up to what goes over the plate. It's not in front where the box you see on your screen during the regular season, and it's not back where the catcher is. It's what's over the plate. The ABS system is set up on the side angle, and that's how they decide where the ball is. The 2-1, up top for a strike. Just a little lower than that pitch he just challenged. Two-one count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again. The 2-2 count. Deuce is wild. 2 on. 2-2 count. Braves down by a little more than 2. Whoa, that ball almost got him in the head. Dipping down, Mercado let it go to the backstop, so the runners will move to second and third. Wasn't intentional. That was an off-speed pitch. It was a bender that didn't bend and almost got him. I don't even know how Mercado got out of the way. The bend of that, you'd have thought it at least would have hit his bat on the way by. The payoff pitch, inside ball 4. So that'll load the bases, and the top of the order is back. Trey Turner coming to the plate. First pitch on the way to the right-hander. Drifts inside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Comes set, delivers, fouls it straight back 0-2. He just missed timing that one up. 0-2 count. Bases loaded, one out. Here's the pitch. Swing, pops it up. Will it stay in play? It will not. Oh-2 count, bases loaded, one out. The pitch from Hughes. Swing, pops it up high, deep, into center field. That should score a run. Making the catch deep in towards the warning track. Firing it back in is Marisnik. It's 9-1 Philly. The runner at second moves to third, so they got runners on the corners and 2 outs. And Bryce Harper coming to the plate. And it looks like that'll be it for Hughes. They're going to go grab the right-hander out of the bullpen. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. In this state, in 1915, Brooklyn Dodgers manager, at the time they were known as the Brooklyn Robins, Wilbert Robinson, thinking he will catch a baseball dropped from an airplane, is surprised and splattered when the sphere turns out to be a grapefruit, famously yelling out, "Help me, lads, I'm covered with my own blood," as Robinson was reacting to the fluid dripping from his chest before realizing it was grapefruit juice. Although baseball legend Casey Stengel is rumored to be behind the prank, Ruth Law, a pioneer in American aviation, substituted her part of her lunch when she realized she forgot to bring the baseball. On this date, in 1954, during an exhibition game against the New York Yankees, recently acquired Brave Bobby Thompson breaks his ankle in 3 places, sidelining him until July 14th. The 1951 National League playoff hero, shot heard around the world, is replaced in the Braves lineup by a promising new prospect, an outfielder by the name of Hank Aaron. And on this date in 1986, Hal McRae, age 39, and Brian McRae, 18 years old, play in a Kansas City Royals preseason game against the Phillies, becoming the first father-son combo to appear in a major league game as teammates. Royals manager Dick Hauser refers to the pair as the Big Mac Attack. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. William Silva, right-hander, coming in. 4.57 ERA in the minors last year. Right-hander, first pitch is a fastball off the plate, 91 mile an hour. It's 1-0. 1-0. Just below the knees. So a 2-0 count. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Bryce Harper, your batter. 9-1 Philadelphia. Here's the pitch. Inside for a strike, 2-1. Real quick, I'll put it on the screen. So that's the Atlanta Braves version of the hat that I'm referring to, right? You see the A overlapping the Braves. It just got awful ugly for all of them that they've done. But where the controversy comes into play, and the problem is they've ripped the images down, so you can't find them anymore because there was such a big controversy, is the 2-1 pitches slice foul, 2-2. So if you're looking at, I'm trying one more way to see if I can find them. Yeah, no, it's all of them taken. Well, no, wait a minute. I did find them, so I'll be able to show them to you in a second. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Phillies lead it 9-1. When we come back, we'll show you what this controversy is around the baseball caps, and it's pretty funny.
I need a 4-letter word for disappointment.
Eric. My wife said to me, "What starts with F and ends with K?" I said, "No, it doesn't."
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
Can we get back to the version of TikTok where everybody thought they were a professional dancer or comedian or singer and not everybody trying to be a wannabe QVC host? I can't watch 800 more women rub a red light on their face and think that it's going to stop them from aging. You are 22, Jessica. You don't have wrinkles.
What do you know? You're on my porch. What's up? I'm confused right now. It's 1 a.m. I'm confused. You were not expecting me. No. Why would I be expecting you? I just figured you would think I would miss you by now and I'd be here. You saw me yesterday. Sorry, dude. I just want to hang out with my friend and you always make me feel bad about it. Why do you make me feel bad about wanting to hang out with my friend? You just have all this time because you don't have a job. I'm sorry that I don't have to work for money and you do. But just because I miss you, I should not be punished. You're drunk. Maybe 1 glass. Well, it's Wednesday. You know how it goes on Wednesdays, man. I'm sorry.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. That's the way I remember it. The whole stand's full of people all roaring. And I guess it's true of any sport, but in baseball, I've never known an answer swear so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball. It's a great sport that way.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Chadwick Tromp. He's up high for a ball. It's 1-0. They do have Christopher Sanchez back out there for another inning, the 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. Here are the hats. So you remember the Braves one that I put up? I had to drop that down because I'm trying to copy and capture these as I'm doing 900 other things as I'm running this radio station trying to call the game. As the 2-0 is fouled straight back 2-1. But this is where the controversy comes into play. And these hats are now being sold on eBay for like $500, $600. Even I even saw one as high as $1,000. Is the 2-1 popped up high in the sky into right field, making the catch in right field, one away. So the first one I'll show you, this is the Angels one. And so you see how they put the A over the G to basically spell anals. Right? So this is one of the 3 that are controversial. The next one, as the first pitch on the way, is a swing and a miss. Off the plate to Kelenic. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Swung on, chopped foul back behind home plate. It's 0-2. This is the Texas one, where the T is over the X, and that may not mean anything to you, but in Spanish, that is the Spanish word for boobs. Like nobody did their research, either that or this was all intentional. The 0-2. Down and in 1 and 2. The only reason why I think this may be intentional is this last one I'm going to show you. Because how in the world did they not know what this looked like? The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down on strikes is Kelenic, 2 away. You did the Astros and you got the H, so it looks like they're saying, it looks like, for those listening on radio, it looks like it's ASHOS or asshos. Do that with what you may, but you get my drift. And that's why there's so much controversy. First pitch on the way. Swing and fouled straight back by Marisnik. It's 0-1. But those hats, if you could have gotten a hold of them, because no one really realized that these hats were coming out. They're so god-awful ugly. I probably wouldn't have looked through it because I probably just would have went to the Braves one, which isn't offensive, and it's not expensive if you still want to buy that garbage. Is the 0-1 is right there for a strike. It's 0-2. It's the ones that I showed you that have the controversy on them. The 0-2. Caught looking, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Braves trail 9-1 here in the 4th.
Can you keep a secret? Of course I can. I lost all our money today betting on sports. Damn. I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Can I tell you a secret? Sure, yeah. I lied. I can't keep secrets. Wait, what?
So apparently me putting an Alka-Seltzer in my mouth and walking into Walmart saying, "The virus is mutated," is not funny.
Braves Country Radio, covering America's pastime from spring training all the way to the Fall Classic.
Myers bringing it, and the pitch is hit in the air, foul, off first, Benzinger backing and calling, and the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds.
Bell, left field, way back, Blue Jays win it! The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
I think one of the worst feelings is when you're at work.
Armchair.
Well, let's have a look at the replay. William, move your head. Look at the size of that boy's head. Shh. I'm not kidding. It's like an orange on a toothpick. You're gonna give the boy a complex. Well, that's a huge noggin. It's a virtual planetoid. Has its own weather system. Heed, move! Move that melon of yours and get the paper if you can. He'll be crying himself to sleep tonight on his huge pillow.
Ben Johnson never missed an opportunity to make a speech. It was always the same speech. All about how he, single-handed and alone, had made baseball a gentleman's sport, and it must be kept forever clean because sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America, and he would lay down his life to save our beloved nation, at which he would begin to cry.
Welcome back. Don't normally do this, but my father-in-law is in a bad way. Probably doesn't have much time to live, so any thoughts and prayers you can send his way is much appreciated. De Los Santos will come on to the mound. Righty-righty matchup. And I guess Kelnick was pulling a Manny Ramirez. Was he out there using the restroom? Is this what he just did? First pitch on the way is down and away for a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, Gary, those hats are, like I said, I already closed the window on it. I saw somewhere like $900, $1,000 they're selling them for. It's crazy. 0-1. Right there off the plate, it's 0-2. So if you see us cancel a game in the near future, you'll understand why. The 0-2 count. Off the plate wide, 1-2. Without getting into all detail, my wife just came back from them. They just found out a little while ago they were putting him in hospice, and that's all I'll say on the matter, but it's not good. The 1-2 down and in, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. I appreciate it, y'all. Good guy. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Braves 1, Phillies 9. By the way, BYU's got a 4-point lead on Iowa State, which would be a big upset in the Big 12 championship. I guess it would be a big upset, a mild upset in the Big 12 championship. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. I do believe this De Los Santos has a chance of making the front end of the bullpen, meaning the guys that come in the 6th inning. He's been pretty good. He's a veteran that has kind of bounced around, but honestly, he's got pretty good stuff, and he throws the ball hard. I mean, that was a 98-mile-an-hour sinker right there to Kyle Schwarber, fouled back. It's 0-1. No one's really talking about him, but I think this De Los Santos has a pretty good chance of making it. Hope I didn't just jinx him, but the 0-1. Change up off speed, down and in, 1-1. Definitely a situational guy, because I don't think he's someone you would ever think about like being in the back end of the bullpen, 8th, 9th inning, but he's a guy that could get some key outs. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Over the top, 1-2. I mean, he's keeping a pretty darn good hitter right now off balance there with Schwarber. So 1-2 count. I'll pull up his story here in a second. 29-year-old, 6'3", 235 is the 1-2's in the dirt, 2-2. He's from the Dominican and was actually an ex-Philly. He signed with the Phillies when he came over. In 2018, he made his first appearance. And then he was with Cleveland the last several years. Is the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, changeup, chased it down and in. 2 away. Last year, he was with San Diego, the Yankees, and the White Sox. He actually pitched well for the White Sox at a 3.63 ERA in the last 15 appearances of 2024. He struggled mightily with the Yankees, just 5 appearances, a 14 ERA, but pitched okay in San Diego. 44 appearances. He had a 4.4 ERA. So, he's not dominant, but I do think he's got a good chance to be basically our Colin McHugh with a little better stuff. The 0-1 to Real Muto after he fouled off the first pitch. Outside wide for a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty. Kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it away. 1-2. So 1-2 count. What's everybody eating for lunch today? Here in Braves country, as you're got to have something for lunch at some point. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. The 1-2 fouled away. They're showing some cookie dick diet. 1-2 count. Says she ate cookies. I appreciate all the kind words, y'all. It just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. She just walked through the door a few minutes ago during one of the breaks, and I got the bad news. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the inning. Braves trail by a bunch. We head to the 5th. See if we can crack onto the board once again.
Damn, I thought you wasn't gonna never come from the bag. I've been listening up for about 30 minutes.
Sir, but you did show up an hour late, sir.
Right.
So,
come in here handling me because you mad about some fear. I ain't with none of that. I'm gonna let them know off the ripper.
Now Don Mattingly, an emerging star. Mattingly last year was called up by the Yankees from Columbus the day Bobby Mercer retired. He'd been with him prior to that, but had been sent out. And he's not only won a spot on the roster, he's in the lineup, he's hitting third, and he's leading the league at .338. Randolph at first base. That's drilled to the gap in right center field, and it is off the fence. Randolph was running all the way, so he is being waved in. Whitaker throwing to Parrish is not in time on a double by Mattingly.
Did the little piggy cry wee, wee, wee all the way home?
Maxwell.
Yeah?
You're home.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Mrs. A.
In 1856, a British-born music teacher and enthusiastic cricketer named Henry Chadwick saw the Knickerbockers play the New York Gothams and became an instant convert to baseball. Chadwick developed the box score, wrote and edited the most popular players' manual, and launched one of the first baseball columns, covering the Knickerbockers and their challengers, the Gothams, Eagles, Empires, Excelsiors, and Atlantics, in the pages of the New York Clipper. And he began keeping comparative statistics so that he could measure one player's performance against another.
Welcome back. Braves trail 9-1 in a game where they pretty much sent the JV squad over to play Philadelphia. See if we can get some base hits for some of these guys. Luke Williams will have his first crack against the right-hander Phillips. Righty-righty matchup is down and away. It's 1-0. Christopher Sanchez went 4 innings, 5 strikeouts. Braves got to him early. Probably should have had another run or so on first and second inning, but after that he settled down. Pretty decent outing. The 2-0 from Phillips. Down and in. 3-0. So 3-0 count. Inside. Down and away, 3-1. It's one you could probably make an argument possibly challenging that one, but the 3-1, chop foul, 3-2. I think that's another situation where when this comes into play, it becomes a legal deal. By the way, BYU did beat Iowa State 96-92 in the Big 12 quarterfinal. But when you have a 3-0 count, you don't challenge that pitch unless it means a run and it's going to win the game or something. The 3-2. Sinker, drag foul, we'll do it again, 3-2. Give you an introduction to this right-hander by the Phillies. Phillips, Tyler Phillips, 27-year-old out of New Jersey, and was drafted out of high school out of Bishop Eustace Prep in Pennsauken, New Jersey. As the pitch is down and away, ball 4, and the Braves have a runner on. 1 on, nobody out. 12 more of those, and we're right back in this thing. Looks like the only, as the first pitch on the way is fouled back by Capel. It's 0-1. He pitched for Philadelphia last year in 8 games and had a 6.87 ERA. The 0-1 swung on, fouled back. 0-2. What I'm curious about, came in the middle of the season, so it must have been one of those deals where they were trying to get through an injury or something, because once the roster's expanded, he only got 1 more outing. It's an 0-2 count. Chopped over towards third. Backhanded by Bone. He'll fire it over to Stott. Stott will relay it to Harper. They'll get the force at second. Cable busting it down the line will beat out the double play. So 1 on, 1 out. May have to step away for a second, and if I do, I'll put some sound up or something, but just bear with me. I may have to step away for a second or 2. I will return is my point. First pitch on the way to De La Cruz. He's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1. A 1-1 count, runner on first, one out. Here's the pitch to De La Cruz, swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one, 1-2. I picked him to click, but so far, no dice. He's just 0 for 2 on the day. He is expected to be starting against left-handers at least until Acuna returns. The 1-2, swing, lifts it high, into center field, going back on the track. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Runner running around third, heading for home. Here comes Capel to throw to the plate. He is safe, and the Braves are on the board. A double, an RBI double, so that click did clack. It's 9-2. Don't go anywhere yet. This ain't over. Good hustle by Capel. He has shown pretty good base running skills, though not the greatest of speed, but all spring long I've noticed that he cuts the bags well. He slides well into the bags. Good hustle. Doesn't have blazing speed, but he's not a hindrance on the base paths either. The first pitch on the way. Up top to Eli White for a strike. It's 0-1. Runner at second, one out. The 0-1. Swing, chops it back towards the mound. It goes off the glove of Phillips, and that's going to be an infield single. Once that bounced off the glove of Phillips, there was no way they were going to get the speedy Eli White. The Book of Eli motors it towards first. We've got runners on the corners and one out. With that, Orlando Arce will be the batter. Cooper in the hole, or on deck, excuse me. Tromp in the hole. If they can keep the line moving, you would see Kelnick come to the plate. Quick visit by the catcher out there to just get Phillips's breath back. First pitch on the way is a swing and fouled straight back by Arcia. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and away, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. John says bunt here. You may not be wrong, John. Get this within a 6-run game and count your blessings he didn't hit into a double play. The 1-1, swung on, chopped foul. He just has that open swing where he's dragging everything, and once he does that, he gets into some terrible habits. When he was red hot in 23 for those few months, he was hitting everything back up the middle. He was staying inside with the swing. He was going center to right center, the 1-2, chopped over towards second. This will get a run home, and the runner at first moves to second, and your Atlanta Braves have got this to a 9-3 game. So essentially, it was a swinging bunt by Arcia. Thankfully, not an inning-ending double play. And that'll bring Garrett Cooper to the plate. Eli White's on second, so anything that gets down will score. First pitch, sinker, swing and a miss, strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. I just saw the replay of Cooper Flagg's ankle injury. That looks rough. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Hopefully it's just a sprain for the kid. I hate to see these kids go all year long. If y'all haven't followed the kid, he's just been an unbelievable player. And then you get to March and the country doesn't get to watch him. The 0-2. Outside wide, tried to go to chase a slider. Maybe it was a sweeper off the edge. It's 1-2. The other big thing that I was surprised by, North Carolina and Wake Forest are starting their game. They're saying that the winner of the loser of the North Carolina Wake Forest game is eliminated from the NCAA tournament. The 1-2 popped up high in the sky. Can of corn in the outfield. You don't get those too often. Marshall make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Braves trail 9-3. We head to the bottom of the 5th here in spring training ball.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
If dating is the game, then marriage is winning the game.
Yeah, if you're playing in the women's league.
We used to poor, we little kids, or Mom a lot of times wouldn't have nothing to cook for supper, and she'd set us all down at the table and read the recipe to us. We had a little brother that was hard of hearing, and he almost starved to death.
She'd line us all up, feed us breakfast, feed us cereal, and make us eat it with a fork so we'd pass the milk down to the next one.
I'm at work. What do you want? I need you. Okay, what do you need? Missed call. I said I'm at work. Missed call. I can't call right now. Missed call. Missed call. Missed call. Missed call. Pick up the phone. Text me what you need. Answer! Do you know where the peanut butter is? That's all you wanted to ask me?
Armchair.
People in Pittsburgh actually eat pizza where the crust is cooked and the toppings are put on cold. So to answer your question, yes, Pittsburgh is as bad as it sounds. But let me ask y'all a question. What in the lungeable snack time pizza is going on here? Because if this is true, then I'm just never going to Pittsburgh.
First thing about it, and this seems so obvious that maybe we overlook it, baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park that's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. De Los Santos is going to be out there for another inning. Righty-lefty matchup to Kepler. First pitch off the plate for a ball that misses down and away. It's 1-0. Philly 9, Braves 3, 1-0. Swing. Rifles it foul, backing out of play. Kepler, the batter. It's 1-1. Mats Kepler is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. One count. Fastball right there on the outer edge. 1-2. I am trying to remember because I keep seeing them show the Frenchies in the corner out there. Is that the name of one of the popular Philly cheesesteaks places in Philly? Because I thought they both had first names as their business name. 1-2. Grounded over to first. Cooper will step on the bag. One away. One down. Yeah, by the time we get to opening day, I'll be at 1,000 clips and roughly 600-700 of those will be brand new. You'll still hear the classics, but we tried to make it where is the 1-0, outside wide, 2-0. Where in a given season you're not likely to hear the same clip, not counting spring training, you're not likely to hear the same clip more than about 3, maybe 4 times, and that's pushing it. The 2-0. Swing, rips it down the right field line and into the corner, and did that ball leave the building? It did. It's a solo shot by Brian Stott, and the Phillies are up by a touchdown, 10-3. Back to what I was saying about the ACC tournament, it's just wild to think that North Carolina, if they lose today, they will not be in the NCAA tournament. Because it's not like they weren't just in the finals recently and have had really good seasons. (10-3) your score. First pitch off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Time is called. Oh, they're going to say that that was an automatic strike or is an automatic ball. Home plate umpire, that's an automatic ball. He pointed in the wrong direction, but I kind of figured that was. So it'll be a 2-0 count. We haven't seen many of those here in the spring, which just shows these pitchers have gotten used to it. The 2-0. Oh, that looked like a strike. Missed 3-0. Changeup right there at the knees. 3-0 count. Fastball. 3-1. Same height, and it was on the inside plate as opposed to the outside part of the plate, and he called her a strike. Spotting dimes and eating onions. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Changeup off the edge, full count. Mark Carlson is the home plate umpire for those who might have missed the intro. Wegner is at first. Hoy is second base, and DJ Rayburn is third base today. The full count. Outside wide ball 4. Runner on first, 1 out. See a Philly fan there hammering a big old hot dog. That sucker looks good. Right there for a strike, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. That's what I was having for lunch today. My wife actually stopped off at Costco yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to eat it. And warmed up a Costco hot dog in the mic. I'll tell you what, that sucker holds up. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. I think it was Costco. It might have been Sam's. It is Costco. I've been informed. The 0-2 tags Marsh on the side of the hip, attempting a pickoff move. It was De Los Santos to Cooper, but he was just a touch late. The 0-2. De Los Santos brings it. Fisted high. And deep down the right field line. Fouling in play, but it's going to hit just before the tarps out there and bounce over for a long, loud strike. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Swing, that ball's lifted deep into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Brisnick will cut it off. And they got runners on the corners, 1 out. Back on the air tomorrow. And tomorrow, it's the Washington Nationals, so we get another NL East showdown here. First pitch on the way to Turner, swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 1-1. Runner it on the corners, 1 out. Trey Turner, who hit a 337-foot home run just over the left field wall to get the game going. It's a hanging slider by Pilar, today's opener. He just lifted it out of reach. The 0-1. out in front of the plate. Trump jumps on it, fires it to first. The throw will come home, and Marsh will be safe, and Philadelphia leads at 11-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. If you are just joining us, the Braves JV squad, as I like to call it, they're predominantly backups, played in today's game as it was a travel day. And there's an outlying thing here. They may not want Philadelphia's pitchers and or hitters to see too much of the Braves starters, because you know you're going to see them a ton during the regular season. 12 times we'll play Philadelphia. Runner at second, 2 outs. Bryce Harper comes to the plate. Boo. First pitch on the way is outside wide. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Foul back, 1-1. 1-1 count. De Los Santos, his 37th pitch of the day. Fastball misses outside wide, 2-1. He may very well become our long man in the bullpen. You could see him coming in and spelling 2, maybe 3 innings for a starter that has struggled. That's assuming that Grant Holmes is in the starting rotation. The 2-1. Fastball right down the track, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. That pitch is being challenged, and it is a ball. So when you see them tap their heads, that means they're challenging. So it's a very quick challenge. It's now 3-1. After this at bat, I got to step away here for a second. The 3-1. Swing, chops it foul, full count. Full count. We'll make this the last pitch. I will return, but I got to step away for a second. Payoff pitch, runner at second, 2 outs. De Los Santos comes set after a quick timeout by Trump. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it high and deep into left field. Going back and making the catch is Kelnick, and that'll end the inning. I'll be back in a flash, y'all, here on Braves Country. Welcome back. 0-2 count, one down. Sorry we had to step away for a second. Kid Kelnick, the batter. Nobody on, one out. The 1-2. New pitcher for the Phillies brings the 1-2, foul straight back. Do it again, 1-2. Right-hander for the Phillies who has come on is Krismat. Nabil Krismat, 30-year-old. The lifetime ERA of 3.71. The 1-2 swing. That ball's hammered into right field, but right at the right fielder out there, Mercado, 2 down. Hard hit, but right into the teeth of the defense. Wind has picked up a little bit. It's now blowing out to right center. First pitch on the way is swung on and sliced as a soft line drive into the glove of a jogging Bryce Harper, cutting over in front of second base, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Braves trail 11-3 here in the Grapefruit League.
If we're all the same in there, why don't we just focus on treating other people the way that we want to be treated?
We were just talking. Shut up.
They've given me less than 1 year to turn this place around. Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law.
Join the country club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
What's your boyfriend's most toxic trait?
Oh my god. So it's actually kind of funny. He'll say this thing to me all the time. He'll be like, I'm not your boyfriend. And I'll be like, yes, you are, silly. And then he'll say to me, he's like, no, I'm not. You seriously are delusional. You need to stop. It's getting ridiculous. You keep violating the restraining order. He filed a restraining order, by the way. It's so funny. It was such a good joke. But yeah, no, you know, I love him either way. He's my boyfriend. He's my boyfriend. We're together. We're happy.
Armchair.
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. And that's marvelous. But you can apply those same 3 criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Welcome back. If y'all missed the conversation earlier, that is the new Philadelphia Phillies spring training hat. First pitch on the way to Alec Boehm is sliced into right field for a leadoff single. Buck Farmer, the pitcher, now he does have a good chance of making the team as well. 1 on, nobody out. We talked about earlier this week about the guys that were pretty much givens to make the bullpen. I think it would take a lot for Buck Farmer to not make the pen. First pitch on the way to Schwarber. He's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. I'm pulling for Daysville to make the team because I don't want to hear the numbers game. I want to see the best players make the team. We'll sort out the rest. I don't like the idea of just kicking wins down the road. The 1-1 from Farmer. Swing and a miss, 1-2. We got into that early and often last year, and the next thing you know, we were staring up at the Phillies, the double-digit lead in the division, and we never could catch them. So a 1-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Right down the pipe. Just missed 2-2. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Pulled the string on that one. Nice pitch by Farmer. One away. He's not known as much for the strikeout. When he throws that pitch, he's more into trying to get you to roll over on it and cause a double play. But nonetheless, 1 on, 1 out. Wake Forest leads North Carolina, by the way, 18-15. It's the 4 seed and 5 seed in the ACC. They're saying the loser of this is probably eliminated from the tournament. The NCAA tournament, I should say. It's the first pitch to Real Muto misses. It's 1-0. A 1-0. Down and away for a strike, low strike, 1-1. I think Real Muto thought about challenging that, but I think Philly's out of challenges. I think that's what the umpire just told him. Not sure what the conversation was, but it looked like. The 1-1. Down and in, 2-1. 2-1 count. Comes set and lets her rip. Down and away, 3-1. See what y'all are talking about. It's fairly common with this app and the algorithm that I notice that it'll jump even after we get off the air. The 3-1 inside, ball 4. Usually not with the likes, but with everything else, you'll see it jump. And I read into it a long time ago when we first started this. Basically, it says it takes a while to calculate how many views, etc., for the entire video. So that we may see X amount watching live. It's not calculating at the time how many people are jumping in and out of the chat. Real Muto is going to go take a seat. They got a pinch runner for him. Runner on first and second, 1 out. And it looks like got a pitch comm situation going on with the Braves. As Chadwick Tromp is out of the game and Casale's behind the plate, he went into the dugout to grab an extra pitch comm device. First pitch on the way is inside for a ball to Kepler. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, rips it high and deep. That's gone. Now, that's a no-doubter. So it's 14-3. Eagles over the Falcons. We're in the 6th quarter. 1 away. Good night, Irene. That ball was clubbed. I feel like I jinxed old Buck Farmer. That was a hanger. He did not miss it. That wind kept pushing it. That went over the wall, over the fence, behind the wall, towards the freeway out there. So if you're riding around in the vicinity, you might want to keep an eye on a ball that might be heading towards your vehicle. The 0-1 inside to Stott. Misses well inside. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch outside, 2-1. 2-1 count here in the 6th inning. The pitch. Outside wide, ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 count. We are 2 weeks away from opening day. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot wait. Should be a lot of fun this year. The 3-1 hit high and deep. Just got underneath that, or the wind would have pushed that one out as well. Instead, it's a long, loud out number 2 into right field. Making the catches, we've had a ton of substitutions, as if you couldn't downgrade for what already started for the Braves. We went from the JV squad down to the elementary school squad. Grady makes the catch. These will truly be the baby Braves we'll see going forward here. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Not counting Casale's behind the plate. You've got Conley playing second, Cairo at short, Bonnell at first, Quintero in left. He had a home run out the other day. Milligan in center, and Luke Waddell at third. Pilar, Smith, Hughes, Silva, De Los Santos, and Farmer have pitched so far for the Braves today. 1-1 misses, 2-1. 2-1 count. Farmer comes set. Chop foul between home and first, 2-2. Buck Farmer, his 24th pitch of the inning. Got to keep an eye on that. The pitch. Slice foul. Brandon Marsh, Captain Caveman, will do it again. He still wouldn't be able to play for the Yankees. The Yankees have changed their policy on facial hair and long hair, but you still have to look well groomed, and he looks like he's down on Skid Row. The 2-2 is dribbled through the infield. It's going to be a 2-out single for Captain Caveman, and it'll keep the inning going here in the 6th. Do wonder how much longer enough is enough of Farmer. What his pitch count for this inning? I would think around 30, and they'll have to go get him. First pitch on the way is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Wisconsin leads Northwestern 31-28. They're heading towards the end of the first half. The 1-0. Up top. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Misses. 2-1. Two 2-1 count. Swing. Dribbles it over to short. It's going to be an easy 6-3 putout. Cairo to Conley, and that'll end the inning. Not before the Phillies put another 3 on the board. We're down 14-3. We're going to have to run the hurry-up offense when we come back.
You're very lucky that you're with somebody as resilient.
You tried to off yourself 2 times in the last 24 hours, Frank.
Single scores at least 1, probably 2 with Adrianza's speed. Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing eye single, trying to find any way to get a runner home. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Buehler's got to be coming to the end of his string. For him to piece together this many pitches on 3 days rest, he's really done an incredible job. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is swung on and hit high and deep down the right field line. Is it fair? Is it? It is gone, baby! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, zip, boom, bam, a 3-run shot makes it 4-1 Atlanta.
Did you know that in the 1970s, a man left his house and walked to the Golden Gate Bridge and jumped off the bridge? When his loved ones went to his house, they discovered a note that said, "I'm walking to the Golden Gate. If one person smiles, I'm not going to jump." You don't know what other people are going through. Sometimes all that person needs is a warm smile from a stranger.
Armchair.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Robinson with a good lead. There he goes. He hits the dirt and he's safe.
Pull up a chair. Your home. Braves Country Radio. The classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Top of the 7th. Luke Waddell leads us off against Premnott in the first pitch. To Luke Waddell. There's a strike. 0-1. The 0-1's followed up with another strike. It's 0-2. Apologize, but the Philadelphia broadcast keeps focusing on that ugly bastard Alec Boehm. They don't have the gameplay on. The 1-2. Dragged foul. We'll do it again. The 1-2 count. Waddell, the number 8 hitter now. Swing, lifts it. Into left field, excuse me. Should be an easy play. It is. F7 in your scorecard. One down. One down. First pitch is there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 misses high and out of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. Capel, the batter, after a first pitch slider, and outside for a ball, swings at the 1-1 pitch and gonna have to charge it. Kennedy charges it from third base. He's gonna overrun the ball, and that should be an infield single for Cable to start us off here in the 7th inning. First pitch on the way. You flip over to the top, it's Grady. Left-handed back, takes the pitch up top for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on and fouled away. It's 1-1. One count. Pitch outside. 2-1. Braves will start off with the San Diego Padres and then follow it up with another road trip with the Dodgers. First 7 days of the season, they'll have 7 tough tests. As the 2-2 count to Grady. 1 on, 1 out, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away. Two away And the batter now will be Conley. Conley takes the first pitch. Outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Four-seam fastball. Misses inside. 1-1. 1-1 count. The ball is rifled into right field, down for a base hit. And the Braves will go station to station. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, and Cairo will come to the plate. He's in for Arcia. He's essentially the third string shortstop at this point. Nick Allen, if you're not counting Eli White, who's more of a second baseman. We haven't seen any of Nacho Alvarez since the very beginning when he had that little bit of an injury. Haven't heard a peep about him, so they must be taking it very easy with him. I do know he was sent back down to the minors, but I haven't even seen any update down there. The 0-1 to Cairo. Right there for a strikeout on 1. The 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. Dribbles it over towards short. Should be an easy play. 6-3 on the putout. That's going to be close. Think they just got him by a quarter step. Cairo was busting it down the line, but could not beat the play. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 7th we go. Time to get up and stretch, Braves country. Welcome back. First batter of the day is Sosa, and he's going to get on with an infield single. It was a comebacker to the mound. Pitcher on for your Atlanta Braves. Farmer, I'm a little surprised he's still in the game, but he jumped off the mound after the ball was rolled in between the pitcher's mound and the third base line. By the time he got to it, Sosa was on with ease. First pitch on the way to Cody Clemens is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Clemens, the son of Roger Clemens, been with the Phillies for a few years, batting .357 this spring. The 2-0 to Clemens, righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch, swing, pops it up. High in the sky, should be playable. It's taken a weird twist in that wind and the sun in right field coming in, making the play. F9 your scorecard for your Atlanta Braves. Grady on the catch. One down, one on. Bottom of the seventh. First pitch, swing and a miss at a strike. It's 0-1. Out of town scoreboard looks like this. Boston 3-2 over Philly. They're in the ninth. So, well, last time we checked in on that Pittsburgh Minnesota game, it was 2-0 Minnesota. Well, they broke out into a Philly Braves game. It is 15-3 Twinkies in the ninth inning against the Buccos. The 0-1 misses off 1-1. 1-1. Misses outside 2-1. Top of the ninth, and the Yanks lead the Tigers 8-4. Rays over the Washington Nationals, who we will see tomorrow, 13-4. Tomorrow, that'll be a battle of a Washington team that'll be 9-9, and we'll be 8-8. Philly will improve their record to 8-8 this spring. Houston leading Miami 9-5. Marlins, if that holds, will fall to 6-9. And the 3-1 pitch from Farmer misses, ball 4. So runners on first and second, one out. Rangers 1-0 over the Giants in the third as Cactus League is underway. Athletics in Cincinnati, 0-0. You'll notice this year the Oakland A's, as they were known, are just being called the Athletics. They're playing their games in Sacramento, but until they move to Las Vegas, they just want to be known as the Athletics. The 0-1, down and in, 1-1. A little bit of sour grapes, but I think the other thing is to be able to market your team and sell merchandise to your future city. Because if you're living in Las Vegas, you're probably not buying a lot of Oakland A's gear. You're looking for stuff that just say the A's. 1-1, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. San Diego 3-0 over the Royals in the second. Top of the hour, you'll have Milwaukee and the White Sox. 9:49. That is a late one for spring ball. Arizona and Seattle. Already in the books in a split squad. Houston and St. Louis 1-1 tie. They just finished that game, the one I was talking about with Minnesota. It's 15-3 is your final. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. 2 down, and that'll bring Prado to the plate. And Snicker is going to go get Farmer. He's hit his pitch count. So we'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Braves, good old-fashioned spring training butt whipping. We'll be back in a flash when we come back.
If you hate America so much and you don't like this country that gave you $1 billion, leave it or come deal with me.
You go to China, go to these sweatshops that you employ all these laborers and use these women and pay them pennies on the dollar to make your millions. You, LeBron James, you're a coward, you're a spineless coward, and you're a...
You mean the low-life, asswipe, egg sucker?
LeBron James.
Man's crazy, loco, always hanging out around those kinky strip bars. You know, the ones where the men take their clothes off? That's, of course, if he's taking his medication.
Medication?
Yes, without it, he could be anywhere, wandering around, talking to the trees. Believe me, this man is a menace.
Armchair.
I'm so old. We used to take a shower in our uniforms because, you know, because we flew commercial my first few years.
Wait, time out. There's no era where you did.
Yes, it is.
Stop, you're making this up.
No, I'm not.
There's no way that you were supposed to wash your uniform with it on.
When I first,
you're making this up.
I'm not making this up.
Let him finish.
When I first got to the NBA, we flew commercial. So when you played the night before and flew the next morning, when was you exactly going to get your uniform clean? You had to wash your uniform yourself. So after the game, when you got to your room, you took a shower in your uniform and dried it and dropped on the commercial airline the next day.
Were you with Jed Clampett? Yeah, have you ever heard of this in your life?
Well, how are y'all cleaning y'all uniform when you're flying the next morning?
You can clean your uniform without showering in it.
Well,
that is possible. You don't have to have it on.
No, but it's easier to do it that way.
You know, in the other sports, you have time. You have to play against the clock. And when the clock runs out, your chance is over. You play until you lose. And if you can keep that rally alive, if you can keep going, if you can keep getting hits, you can play until a week from now. Nothing stops you.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. New pitcher facing Elio Prado. The 1-0 down and away 2-0. New pitcher for your Atlanta Braves. The right-hander. Landon Harper, 23-year-old. The 2-0 chopped over towards third, scooped up, 5-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. So we'll head to the top of the 8th. Like they said, there's no clock in baseball, so you're telling me there's a chance. We'll be back in a flash.
Cool. Wizard versus nerd. Write you down with my spell. No, science is the answer.
Northern Tool and Equipment.
My girlfriend has given me a pet name.
I'm afraid to ask.
Snuggle Muffin.
No, it isn't.
And she uses it in public.
Okay, so give your girlfriend a pet name she'll hate, like Thunder Chunky.
I couldn't do that.
I see. Too harsh for Snuggle Muffin. Okay. Drown her out with a 200-mile-per-hour cordless leaf blower.
Got it. Here she comes.
Hey, Snuggle Muffin. What are you doing, Snuggle? I am so out of here.
Wait. Come back, Thunder Chunky.
There's no problem a little horsepower can't solve.
Armchair.
Rainey against Leary. The way this Leary is pitching, we may have to go back to the hotel and stay in this lousy town for another night. Might be too late to get out of the airport. Boy, he's a slow worker. There's a strike call.
Don't bother me. I hold grudges. I don't give a damn. I still hate from middle school. I don't wish none of you well. All of you.
In 1866, at Vassar College, a group of freshmen, with the support of a female physician who thought exercise for women essential to good health, formed the Laurel and Abenakis Baseball Club. Other colleges soon followed suit. They did not play for long.
One day, a student, while running between bases, fell with an injured leg. We attended her to the infirmary with the foreboding that this accident would end our play of baseball.
The teams were soon forced to disband. The game was considered far too violent for young ladies to play.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Righty-lefty matchup to start the inning. Cade Bunnell, the left-hander, takes a swing and a miss. Up top for a strike to get us going. It's on 1. Jose Cuellas, the right-hander. Kind of a three-quarters delivery. Misses outside wide, 1-1. We saw him before. 30-year-old, 6'3", drafted by the Brewers. It's 1-1's foul back, 1-2. We saw him last year with the Cubs. He also played with Toronto. This is 1-2. This is outside. Do it again. He was with the Cubs in 2023. That's mainly, if that name sounds familiar, that's mainly where you would know him from. The 2-2. Swing ripped into right field. That's down for a base hit. So the leadoff runner's on. I mean, I'm assuming none of you that are big-time Maryland Terrapin college baseball fans. If you are, then you know him from there. Casale, the hind catcher now, who's in for Trump, takes the first pitch at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Quintero standing on deck. The 0-1 swing pops it up. High into shallow center field, drifting back, making the catch. The Philadelphia shortstop. For the first out of the inning. F6 in your scorecard. That is Sosa now. See, he plays a lot of third base for the Phillies as well. First pitch on the way to Quintero's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. One-0. And looked like that pitch. It was hard to see because Cuellas' delivery, his shoulders was blocking the look, but it looks like it hit him in the top of the thigh. So he'll head on down to first. We've got runners first and second, one out. First pitch swing, and that ball's going to dribble through the infield. That ball's going to get to center field, and one run will score, and it's 14-4. And just like that, we're back within 10. Hard hit ball by Milligan. Runners on first and second, one out. First pitch, outside wide. For a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Luke Waddell, the batter, Capel on deck. Kicks and fires, swing and a miss. 1-1. Wisconsin leads Northwestern by 7. Still a long way to go in that one as they start the second half. The 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Rips and kicks, swing, slices it down the left field line. Plenty foul, plenty out of play. Deuces wild. 2 on, a 2-2 count. Braves trailed by too much. Here's the pitch. Way outside wide. So now we'll have a full count here. I could think it would be fun to put something on here like a hit and run, just to kind of spice it up, but probably won't get that. The full count. Swing, pops it up. Back out of play. I mean, you might as well, you know, these are the things in spring training you should be working on. Full count, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Outside, high and wide, ball 4. So the bases are loaded now. We'll have ducks all over the pond. Coming to the plate is Capel. Connor Capel, 27-year-old. First pitch on the way is swung on and chopped foul down the first base side towards the tarps right at the ball girl. She barely had to move. It's 0-1. Capel's from Katy, Texas, drafted by the Cleveland Indians back when there was such a thing in 2016, their American League pennant year. The 0-1 off the plate, 1-1. 1-1 count. His dad was Mike Capel. Played for the Cubs in 1988, as well as Milwaukee in 90 and the Astros in 91. The 1-1 is there for a strike 1 and 2. He was a right-handed relief pitcher. One-two count. Phillies have a righty warming up in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. Slice foul and out of play. We'll do it again. Bases loaded. 1 out. The 1-2. Man, Connor Capel. The pitch is swung on and chopped slowly up towards short. It's going to be a force out at short, but Capel will beat the play, and the Braves score another run. It's 14-5. We've got runners on the corners and 2 outs. Capel, if he had a little longer hair, he looks a lot like Nate McLouth. It's been bothering me for a while, but reminds me of Nate McLouth, but without the hair. First pitch on the way is up top, misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. They're saying he never touched the bag. I thought he touched the bag. I guess his foot never actually touched the bag, so the bases are loaded with 1 out. Pitch on the way, swing, lifted into center field, coming in, making the diving catch. Nice catch by the Philly center fielder. Cody Milligan's going to come in to score. And it's 14-6. Just off the edge of the bat. Nice diving stab out there by the Phillies center fielder. He's new as well. Castro in for Marsh. And that'll be it for Kwas. He's going to hit the showers. And we'll get another pitching change. Phillies and Braves. Just an 8-point game. Touchdown and 2-point conversion. We back in this one, baby. We'll be back in a flash.
Pretty cool! Pretty cool! Woo!
An Irishman walks into a bar and he orders 7 tequilas and a pint of Guinness. As the barman is finishing pouring the Guinness, he brings it over to the man and he notices all 7 shots of tequila are gone. He says, "Wow, you've drank them fast." And the Irishman says, "You'd drink fast too if you knew what I had." And the barman says, "What?" He says, €2.
No! Beans don't go in chili. It ain't never.
Hot dog or using it as a topping, then no. Beans.
Did you say hot dog? Not never. In the history of foreverdom, is it okay? You're making beanie weenies. You're making pork and beans. Don't put beans in chili. It's not okay.
Definitely
not never.
when it is the centerpiece of the meal.
Not if you're putting beans in it. No.
You
Not
learn how to
never.
cook in Texas. You don't even count as a piece.
Did you say he doesn't count as a person because he learned to cook in Texas?
Yes.
Are you saying Texans don't count for cooking?
They got good barbecue.
No, they don't.
Oh.
Did you just say Memphis style? Is it Carolina? Hell no.
I don't like. Then there's the abomination that is Alabama white sauce.
They use mayonnaise. Okay, first of all, ew. Second of all, it's not okay. Third of all, you put it on your barbecue.
Texas is the Alabama white sauce of barbecue.
I see great things in baseball. It's our game, the American game. It will take our people out of doors, fill them with oxygen, give them a larger physical stoicism, tend to relieve us from being a nervous, dyspeptic set, repair these losses, and be a blessing to us. Walt Whitman.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way. It's off the plate for, call that a strike? It's 0-1, the 0-1. Right there for a strike, 0-2. Andrew Bechtold is the pitcher for the Phillies. A 6.21 ERA in 33 games last year. The 0-2 lifted into center field, coming over, making the play, making the catch is Castro. He was about to fire it in the infield. He forgot there was already 2 outs, and he's kind of getting a laugh out of it. That'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put a couple on the board. We head to the bottom of the 8th here against the Phillies.
You know what this has to do with? The man in the cape. I bet you he is mixed up in this. I don't trust men in capes.
And you can't cast aspersions on someone just because they're wearing a cape. Superman wore a cape. I'll be damned if I'm going to stand here and let you say something bad about him.
All right, Superman's the exception.
Armchair.
Christian Yelich, single and a run, very dangerous hitter. The crowd is on their feet. We're down to 1 strike, Braves country. Cross everything. So many heroes here. Wow! Called third strike. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that's it. The Atlanta Braves will head to the National League Championship Series. They knock out the Milwaukee Brewers, a team that everyone had forgotten about. Everyone had left for dead.
Yes, Henry Aaron has done it. The fireworks are going. His teammates went home plate, and most of this crowd.
I felt great. I felt like the world was lifted off of my shoulders. It was done, over with, and I felt like no matter what people thought about it, it was my record.
In the decades to come, the memory of the scene might blur, but the memory of the sound will remain with everyone who was there. The sound of Henry Aaron's bat when it hit the baseball tonight. At home plate, surrounded by an ovation that came down around him as if it were a waterfall of appreciation. He was met by his teammates who attempted to lift him out of their shoulders, but he slipped off into the arms of his father and his mother, Stella. I never knew, Aaron would say later, that my mother could hug so tight.
Welcome back. First pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0, and followed up by another ball. It's 2-0. Phillies are taking a lot quicker breaks than what they're supposed to. They're trying to get this one over with. That's why we're coming into these innings already a pitch in. The 2-0 is slapped into right field, down for a base hit. Leadoff single for the Phillies. One on, nobody out. First pitch on the way to Castro is outside wide. For a ball, it's 1-0. Harper back out there on the mound. Landon Harper, 23-year-old, out of Meridian, Mississippi. Played his college ball at Southern Miss, Golden Eagle. 1-0 right there on the edge for a strike, 1-1. One count. Kicks and fires. 1-2. The 1-2. Harper comes set. Finally throws it, and he's going to get called for a violation, it looks like. Either that or they awarded time. No, they're calling it on the batter? All right. Everybody looks confused as well as I did because it looked like he was set. It looked like Castro was, but home plate umpire saying that he wasn't engaged, which I think is the dumbest rule. It hasn't cost anybody a playoff game yet, so no one's paid attention to it, but it is the dumbest damn rule. If he's out there and he's in the box, it shouldn't matter if he's staring at the pitcher or not. Because if the pitcher's ready to throw, he's ready to throw. It makes no sense that he has to be engaged, as they call it, meaning that he is set and ready to and looking at the pitcher. That's what the definition is. First pitch on the way is out wide for a ball. I've yet to hear an argument for it that makes sense. It's just like, let him just not be paying attention, because if the pitcher's throwing the ball, he's throwing the ball. 1-0. Outside for a strike, I guess it's 1-1. That's a 14-6 in the bottom of the 8th strike in spring training. 1-1. Keep seeing these seagulls fly in front of the camera. They better hope Randy Johnson isn't in the crowd. 1-1. Swing, lifts it high, deep into right center field. Going back on the track and misplaying the ball is Milligan. It's going to bounce over his head. The throw will be made in from right field to second on the cutoff man, fired to the home plate, but it won't be in time, and it's 15-6 Phillies. So a hard hit ball that's, let's be honest, that ball's probably caught by Eli White or definitely by Michael Harris. But Milligan's kind of playing out of position out there. He's really more of a left fielder that they have playing center just to get him some at-bats. He misplayed the ball, and the ball went over his head. Not an easy play, but definitely a major league outfielder usually makes that play. 1-0. Whoa, that ball's way outside wide. Major league catchers don't normally catch that ball. That was just a bit outside 2-0. On the pitch, the runner goes from second to third. That was nowhere near the plate. The 2-0 count. Up top. 3-0. The 3-0. Right there for a strike, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch, swing, foul straight back, 3-2. Phillies 15, Braves 6, bottom of the 8th, the payoff pitch. Caught, looking strike 3, right down the pipe. Yak 'em. 2 away. Two down. It was Dave Winfield that they tried to arrest Winfield for hitting a bird, right? In Toronto in an actual game. Pitch right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. I remember that in the 80s. It was so funny because it's like you think the guy was aiming for the damn bird. But that's Canada for you, right? The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on and slapped over towards short. Second. It's going to be a 4-3 attempt at a putout. That was a long developing play. Took forever for Conley to get over there. Once he got the ball, it's kind of a rainbow throw over there. So the run will scored at 16-6 Philly. He was going to have to put a lot more mustard on that. He just kind of flared it over there. $16-6 your score. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it, swung on, grounded over towards second. That's going to get past Conley's glove again. So they'll have runners on the corners. 2 outs, still 16-6. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Who was it that was asking about flesh-toned earbuds the other day? I found the link finally. The 1-0. Swung on and rifled foul. It's 1-1. So 1-1 count. The pitch on the way. Harper brings it. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn, who wants it? Conley calling everybody off. Almost screws that one up. We got to get that guy out of there. He's not very good. We'll be back in a flash. We'll take our last hacks with the bats when we come back.
That's the beauty of baseball. There's no time limit. You have to let the other guy have an opportunity. It's not basketball. We can run the clock out and pass it around, foul each other for the last 3 minutes of the game. We're not running the ball up the middle or taking a knee like it is in football. You have to face your opponent. Your opponent has every opportunity down to the very last pitch of the game to win a game. That's the beauty of baseball. That's why I love baseball the way I do.
Armchair.
Now, for me, I wasn't good enough to guess pitches. I looked for one pitch every at-bat, every pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Yeah. That's it. As soon as I saw it, I would swing. So I'd look fastball down the middle every single pitch, and my approach was to stay to right center field.
Hey, you want to watch the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer?
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
It was awesome. It was great. It's everything I thought it was going to be.
Then why are you so mad?
March 2025!
Yeah?
I'll be dead or in jail by then. They're making games for people who obviously they think have their life together. My life's not together. I live 2 weeks at a time. 2 weeks at a time. They'll probably repossess this house by the time that game comes out.
What are you doing?
I'm going to drink a beer.
Why?
I got plenty of time to kill. I mean, why not? Damn.
Who are you on the phone with?
My doctor, okay? I'm trying to get my blood pressure under control.
I'm glad you're finally starting to take care of yourself.
No. I just need to live long enough to play this game.
One afternoon on the Brooklyn waterfront, a boy named William Cummings, known to his friends as Candy, noticed that he could make a clamshell curve when he hurled it through the air and began to wonder if he might be able to do the same thing one day with a baseball. In April 1867, now pitching for the Brooklyn Excelsiors, Candy Cummings tried out his new pitch. Though it was outlawed, everyone started throwing the curveball. Purists were appalled.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. Top of the ninth we go. New right-hander on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. First pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Koyo. As the 1-0. Did that get him? That thing drifted inside and it looks like it did get him. That'll put one on, nobody out for Cairo. We'll head down to first. Aoyagi, I'm guessing is his last name. I'm probably butchering the hell out of that. Ayoyagi. Aoyagi. On for the Phillies. Koyo Aoyagi, 31-year-old. He's just coming over from Japan. 5'11", 175. First pitch on the way is right there. P at the knees for a strike. 89-mile-an-hour sinker. It's 1-0. Kind of has a three-quarter delivery from the right side. It's not quite a submarine, but the 0-1 swung on, sliced towards left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So Braves got runners on first and second. Nobody out. Trailing 16-6. Righty-righty matchup now. First pitch, right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there for a strike, sinker. 1-1. He definitely seems like someone who's going to be a lot better against right-handers than left-handers, as most sidearm deliverers are. 0-1 count. Or 0-2 count, excuse me. Out wide. 1-2. The 1-2. Way outside wide. Flip the curveball out there. 2-2. Ninth inning. Braves next time we're on the air tomorrow, 12:45. We come on the air 1:05 first pitch against the Nationals. The 2-2 slap back foul by Casali. He's on for Trump. We'll do it again. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. One down. We shouldn't be looking at a bullpen game tomorrow. Should see our starters in there tomorrow. First pitch is inside for a ball to Quintero. It's 1-0. 1-0 count. Inside 2-0. First and second, 1 out. Pitch, swing. That ball's belted deep down the line. Fouling out of play, but man, he got a hold of that one. Switch hitting Quintero, man. She's shown some pop. He had a home run the other day. First and second, 1 out. Braves trail by only 10.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
Here's the 2-1. Down and away. Ball 3, 3-1. They checked down the line, but no way Quintero went on that. The 3-1 pitch brings it. Outside wide, ball 4. So now we got the bases loaded with 1 out.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
We got ducks all over the pond. Cody Milligan coming to the plate. First pitch on the way is outside wide. It's 1-0. Quintero's an outfielder, John. It would be nice, wouldn't it? The 1-0. Swing, rips it foul. 1-1. That's why we keep trying to put a square peg in a round hole with Nacho Alvarez, because you're just trying to find anybody with a bat that can play short. But it really is a rarity. That's why it's so hard to find them in baseball. And the ones that do play well, you normally have to pay through the nose. The 1-1. Outside wide, 2-1. 2-1 count to Milligan. Bases are juiced. 1 out. Righty-lefty combo. Here's the pitch. Right down the pipe. Good sinker. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Waddell on deck. The pitch. Outside wide, ball 3. Bases juiced. Thing about this Ayagi is it's got kind of a slow delivery. If he does make the team, he's going to have to find a way to speed this up. The payoff, inside ball 4. So there we go. Another run will score. And your Atlanta Braves have cut it to 16-7. They've got a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. And the interpreter's out there to talk to Ayagi. That's not the pitching coach, it's their interpreter. So he's out there to talk to Koyo. I think I like that name better, his first name. So we're just going to call it Koyo. Koyo getting some sound advice out there from the interpreter that I have no idea if he's a baseball coach or not, but he's at least relaying a message, if nothing else. First pitch on the way to Luke Waddell. Outside wide. For a ball, it's 1-0. And they got some names in the lineup right now for Philadelphia. You got Koyo. Farquhar is playing second base. Pineda is in right field. 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. Marchand is behind the plate. That's it on the fun names for Philadelphia. They were just back-to-back on top of each other. All we have is Milligan and Quintero. The 1-1's fouled back 1-2. You know if Milligan ever makes the big team, we're going to have some kind of a Gilligan's Island clip for him. The 1-2. Brings it. Outside wide, 2-2. 2-2 count, and the bases are juiced. Here's the pitch. Outside wide ball, 3-2. The full count. Here's the pitch. Way outside wide ball, 4. And he'll head on down to first. And it's now 16-8. So just like that, the Atlanta Braves have cut this to an 8-point game. I know it's runs. 8-run game, 16-8. Any way you look at it, either a touchdown and 2-point conversion or 3 from behind the arc, and we could get right back in this. They're going to make a pitching change. They've seen enough of Koyo. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! Max, a woman in my section wants to know if we do anything gluten-free. What do I tell her? Tell her she's not allergic to gluten. She's just masking an eating disorder.
Who wins in a cage match of Ronda Rousey and Bruce Jenner versus... Ronda Rousey and Bruce Jenner, or Caitlyn Jenner, versus Michael Sam and Ray Rice. Well, I tried to make it as even as possible.
Armchair.
I may have been a little irrational today.
A little?
Shut up!
Well, let me say this. I'm talking to the players, man. If you're going to make $50, $60 million a year to play basketball 3 or 4 days a week, play basketball, man. Now, if you're injured, don't play. But everybody hurts after the first 2 weeks of the season. Your legs sore, your knees sore. If you're injured, I don't want you to play. But the notion that 30, 40, $50 million to play basketball 4 days a week. Y'all got the best shoes. You got the best medical staff. You got these guys sleeping in chambers. You got ice baths. Man, if you can play, shut the hell up and play.
I heard that this year we at Harvard won the baseball.
We are back. The bases are juiced. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike. Fastball. Down the pipe. It's 0-1. Capel is now your batter. And the pitcher for the Phillies, as the right-hander deals it, Bender off the plate wide. 1-1. Jack Dallas. Man, that sounds like a poker player, doesn't it? Full name is Jackson Anthony Dallas from Beaumont, Texas. You knew he had to be from Texas with a name like Jackson Dallas. The 1-1 down and in. 2-1. I get why he would have wanted to shorten it to Jack, but I feel like if you're going to say the full name, Jackson Dallas is a much cooler name than Jack Dallas. Anyway, you look at it, he played his college ball at Lamar, and they had a hell of a game against McNeese yesterday. I watched that one. 2-1 down and away, 3-1. They almost pulled off that upset. Speaking of that, Wisconsin leads Northwestern 62-46 in the Big Ten tournament. And the North Carolina Wake Forest game just went to break, but it's a tight one as well. The 3-1 swung on, pops it up high into left field. Coming in, making the catch in left field. 2 away. F7 in your scorecard. That was Marchand out there. Two down. The Braves are down to their last out. The base is loaded. Grady is your batter. Jace Grady, the right-hander from Austin, Texas, played his game at Dallas Baptist. Him and Jack Dallas might have run across each other a couple of times. They're about the same age. The first pitch misses high. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and brings it. Swing. Slices it foul. 1-1. Marquette's leading Xavier 79-77. And that North Carolina game just came back from commercial. North Carolina leads it by 1 with 8 minutes left. The 1-1. Just grabs the outer edge. 1-2. That North Carolina Wake Forest game, if Wake Forest wins, I still think they have to win another one. But if North Carolina wins because they're a blue blood, they will get into the tournament. The 1-2. Down and in. Ball gets away. That should score a run. It will. Your Atlanta Braves have cut it to a touchdown lead at 16-9. Two on, two out. That ball is rifled foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Yeah, right. I guess Robert hasn't been listening for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I that's all I watch is college baseball when I'm not calling the games. College baseball and spring training baseball is all I watch. College basketball, excuse me. Basketball and spring training baseball is all I watch before the season starts. 2-2 count. If I have interest once opening day happens, if it's an exciting matchups, I'll watch the Final Four in the championship. But like last year, I don't think I watched the championship because it was on so they start the game so late that if it's not a game that really has my attention, I'm not staying up till 11:30 midnight to find out who won between two random teams in the Northeast. The 3-2 swung on, foul back. We'll do it again. Because it was UConn, and I don't remember who they beat, but I remember who they were playing. They beat the brakes off them, and you knew it was going to happen, so it was one of those non-starters. But I grew up, that was one of my favorite sports growing up. I played it all the time, but then also I loved watching the Sweet 16 Final Four. The 3-2 chopped over towards first. It's just going to go foul. Do it again. I watch a ton of college basketball in between the end of the college football season and the beginning of baseball season. Right around January, I really start watching conference play, and the big three conferences for sure. But then I watch a ton of the minor Division I conferences. The 3-2 swing and a miss, strike three, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Braves with a tough one, but it was what we told you it would be, a high-scoring game. 16-9. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Braves. 16 runs, 15 hits, 1 error for the Phillies. You have to go all the way back to figure it out. Yeah, it's Pilar with the loss. Sanchez is being given the win, though if this was a real game, he would not be eligible So they're giving him the win, but he's not eligible for the win because he only went 4 innings. So that's some tomfoolery with the statistician at the Philadelphia Park, because by the rule of baseball, if you do not go 5 innings as a starter, you are not eligible for the win. So I don't know if they'll clean that up or not, but that's what they're claiming it is right now. I would say if you're going to give the win, at that point it becomes more of a judgment call. And to me, it would be Chrismat, who went 1 2/3 innings and didn't give up any runs. So that's technically who your winner probably will end up being. That'll do it for us. If we're going to give a game ball to a Brave, obviously it's offensive. And we'll go with, see, who had the most ribbies? What the hell? Let's give it to Milligan. Milligan went 1 for 1. Double off the wall, 2 RBIs, and he also scored a run. And your Atlanta Braves will be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, 12:45 first pitch. 105 first pitch, 12:45 we come on the air. And tomorrow it's the Washington Nationals. So another chance to get a look at a division rival. And this one will be in in Cool Today Park, which means we should get the starters and we should get a good pitching matchup as well. We'll see you next time here on Braves Country. Y'all have a good one. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey, "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two." "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
You're in Braves country.